So what the recap is, we've all joined up on the road. We've just met up with and rescued a rock troll that we were looking for, who was in the middle of acquiring dinner vis-a-vis a giant boar. We took out the wolves that were attacking him and us at the same time. Through conversation with him, we've figured out that he's been kidnapping and supplying children from the local town to the local, what do we call it, barracks of the Nilfgaardian army as some sort of intimidation factor, or exactly what. We've met up with Ford's character, whose name I forget.
Everyone's pretty much going with their player name for now.
Okay, yeah. So Ford represents another of these travelers, as we're calling them right now, and he's traveling with a Nilfgaardian Inquisitor who seems quite upset about the tactics being employed by the local Nilfgaardian barracks, and is, from what we can tell, inclined towards how we feel, which is, hey, you don't take people's kids. And I believe what we were planning to do is head back into town to find the smoking gun in some sense. I vaguely recall that we were going to use Ford's character to get ourselves into the barracks and determine whether we could find further evidence, and that the Inquisitor would then follow up with us and arrive later. But that's just a
weird... because Ford has an established relationship with the Inquisitor. He's basically going to make sure that everything's on the up and up, just to basically to be his witness, his proxy, and saying, okay, yeah, this is what's going on.
So he has status within the Nilfgaardian army, whereas
somewhat, yeah, with the Inquisitor more than anything else.
So I guess I want to restate it and say, I think we're headed to the barracks without the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor's to the town.
Yeah, the Inquisitor is going to take at least one of the guards to report back to the mayor whose son was kidnapped, and the other guard can go with him, or they can stay with you. That's your choice. But the Inquisitor is going to go and order an inspection of the troops, and he has asked you guys to wait until the dawn of the next day, and that should thin out anybody who's staying at the barracks to make your job a little bit easier.
Got it.
Everybody caught up? Any questions, comments, concerns? Just as a mention, Henrik made the world turn on the last before we closed, and he rolled an 11. So everyone's got the heebie-jeebies. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and bring it in. So I've got Ford and his people. Are you?
Just a real quick comment. I'm having some connection issues at the moment.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, my Zoom is acting kind of funny too. Can you guys hear me okay?
No? I can hear you just fine, Dustin. TJ kind of faded out in the middle of explaining that he was having connection issues. And there, it looks like he got dropped.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a connection issue, but my Zoom is being wonky. There it goes. I can't change its size or anything. It's kind of weird.
Oh, and TJ's back.
So when last we joined, TJ was telling us he may or may not have connection issues, and then was dropped unceremoniously from the chat. And now we're all caught up.
All right.
All right. So go ahead.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, cool. So we're going to pick up right where you guys left off. The Inquisitor has headed off. Did you want to keep one of the guards with you or not?
This is the town guard, right? I think we should let the town guard go back.
Okay. All right, and they pretty much gained a pretty good level of trust with you guys. They know that you're on the up and up. They know that you're on the heels of resolving this, so they are going to report back to their master or mistress, I should say, and they part amicably. So everyone's got the heebie-jeebies, and you're gonna head off to the west, right?
That's the plan.
Do you want to take any kind of precautions in your travel arrangements, or are you just gonna go?
Is this one of those where the scout maybe goes in front and the rest of us are taking the dodge action and moving for two kind of thing as a standard?
Okay.
I mean, I'm throwing that out there as an option, right? We were traveling a third slower than we could because we're trying to be cautious. Does that sound reasonable?
And you've got plenty of time to make it there by the next morning.
Yeah, we'll move at my stealth speed, which I believe is, like you said, 2/3, because I'll, stealth move, stealth move, or whatever. So.
Sounds good. All right.
I was gonna say, if we're taking the carriage and all that, what I'll do is use the drones to kind of set up a what's the word I'm looking for?
Overwatch.
Kind of ring of making sure no one's gonna jump us.
Like about like that.
Mm,
Maybe bring it in a little bit.
but I was like, I'd bring it in a little bit. I don't want them like too far off.
I mean, that's really not that far. I mean,
I guess.
it's not like your standard infantry formation, but it works. All right, so we'll go. We'll say that's our Dustin was probably going to want to be up here a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Am I allowed, since they have
5 or 6 squares
point
ahead.
of- what is it? They have the relay point, and I was like, am I allowed to use special abilities?
Well, like what?
Was gonna have them both have invisibility on it since it's not a concentration. As long as they don't take a aggressive action, they're just not visible. But that way we actually have the vision to like watch out, but they're not about to get sniped out while we're just riding down the road.
You could probably pull that off for one of them, since they're so far apart. And yeah, we'll say you could do it on one of them, no problem.
Okay.
Rear guard, maybe. I'll
I-
be ahead if you do the invisible one behind.
Okay, that's fine.
So we'll say that the star one is invisible. Sounds good. All right, everyone, give me a perception check. We have not actually moved at all yet. Just kind of want to see what we're going to be leading into.
I got a 10 out of 10. Or right now, 10 out of 8.
That would be a fail.
That would be
Dustin, you see nothing.
Yeah, that would be a fail. Let's see. Why did I close that sheet? That was dumb.
I don't know, man. It's your world. I just live in it.
There we go.
Anybody else?
Sorry,
Perception.
I forgot to grab the dice out.
It's okay. We're good.
All right, so for checks, roll what?
Did we have time to rest or anything?
Would you like to rest?
I just don't remember what our timing was between if we
You
did or
have
not.
plenty of time to get to where you can have easy access to the barracks. It's probably around midday or so. So you got time. Just what you want to do with it.
I was gonna say, what do we roll for the perception?
So you're gonna roll your D12 and you're gonna
Okay.
look under your exploration skills for perception. You want to roll, you want to meet or roll under your stat. And if you do half, then it's a critical success.
Perception 5. All right, there it is. I got 7, but my
And what's your
perception's
skill?
at 5.
Okay, so you see nothing. Henrik,
I got 9/6, so Squatcho.
everyone sees nothing. This is shaping up to be really, really good. I like this.
We see
So-
nothing, but we sense badness.
Well, I was actually going to say, so you kind of meta understand that you're failing your perception checks and the heebie-jeebies are creeping up on your neck. Like, is not a happy
The
thought.
Spidey
I say, what is the drones doing? They don't see nothing.
Do the drones have their own stats? Or do they use yours?
Yeah, I'm gonna say probably no. Like you made a good check for everything. Like if you had made something, I would have probably given you extra information for having drones. But you know, I think everyone's just kind of fresh off that last encounter.
Okay.
Looking forward to moving, but again, heebie-jeebies are creeping up on your neck. Moving forward, and really before you even get a chance to rest, you see big shadows on the ground. And that's crazy because everyone just failed their perception checks. Which means that this fella,
Duck and cover.
that little guy, ain't he cute? Lands right in front of you, off to the ways a little bit.
I sense bad news.
Now you obviously see this guy because just a little size scale. Yeah, that's kind of what you're looking like.
I'm gonna find some cover
Oh shit.
really fast.
There's really not room or time for that.
But there's not being afraid, and then there's just being smart. I still want to find some cover.
No, that's fine. We're gonna go into initiative right off the bat.
All
So
right.
everybody telling me what your reflex score is while I grab a pencil.
Oh, Joe.
I think
10.
Dustin and Henrik are at 8.
No, I
have a
raised
4.
I raised mine up to 10.
Oh yeah, congratulations. Dustin, #1 roller.
Didn't want to hear any more questions.
My reflex is a 4.
4, and I will leave TJ. I'll let TJ tell us where he's at when he gets back.
Oh.
All right, Dustin, tell me what you got. What you got going on?
Well, I'm gonna at least assume I'm hidden to this thing. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm gonna until I'm proven wrong. I'm gonna take a move.
You really haven't
straight-
had a chance to move much at all.
Yeah,
Like
I'm-
you watch the carriage go off in the distance, and then right as you're prepared to set out, like big
What are-
shadow swoops over your head and drops right in front of you.
Yeah, one of my passives allows me to
React.
to hide at the start of combat.
Sounds good.
Sorry, I had the pull up my powers again. Here it is.
No, I know what you're talking about. So
I just couldn't
go ahead,
remember if it
give
was
me a check on that. And TJ, tell me what your reflex is.
Reflex score of 6. Do I need to make a check?
Nope. The dragon. Okay.
So I'm just gonna activate evasion,
Okay.
and then which is a concentration, and then I'm going to move. All right, so I'll activate evasion, use combat stealth, and then move south 5 squares ish.
You want to make a stealth check to see how stealthy you are? But that is your right as a passive.
It just says. It says you are invisible.
Didn't have any kind of check by it.
I just
It's under the skirmisher, right?
Why can I not find it? Is it not skirmisher? Maybe it's assassin. Is that why?
Could be. Phantom. Conceal your present as a reaction. I do not have a check on it. That seems like oversight, but hey, I'm gonna roll with it.
Well, I was actually talking about combat stuff. It just says take a standard to become non-magically invisible.
Okay, if it's a special, then yeah, you're gonna make a check.
Okay. It says check NA.
It does
So I'm
say
not
check
sure.
in.
I guess that's because it actually costs a standard. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, we'll roll with that for right now, just so we don't tie things up and gum up the works any. So, all right, Dustin, you're invisible and you're concentrating on evading. What
And
do you
then
want to do with your last action?
I'm gonna move south, or south in this perspective, 5 squares.
Straight down?
Yeah, straight down. Maybe over west 1.
Back.
Closer to the group, yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's good. Yeah, right there.
As far as you know, you are stealthy. As far as everyone else is concerned, Dustin kind of faded from view a little bit. Touch of magic upon him, and he is gone. You guys are left all by yourself to deal with the dragon. Henrik, 3 actions or less. No, I'm just playing. Go what you got.
So activate Stone Rage, concentration. I know the hurt's coming. I'm gonna take the dodge action and I'm gonna move forward with my last action. And try to give myself a little bit of cover with the last step, if it's available.
There's really no. Well, there's little copse of trees here. You could probably get up in the trees.
I'm not trying to get up, but
In the tree, but like within the
Yeah.
the cover of the trees.
enough so that I only get blasted on the right side of my face if something's coming at me.
Sure. Got you there. Okay, Mr. Dragon. He is going to move forward cautiously.
Can I access my Witcher skill without, or does that cost me an action as well? Can I just
What are you
ask
trying to do
myself,
with it?
like, what the fudge am I looking at it? What is this thing smart or not?
You're looking at this guy.
I know
That's
it's
what he
a
looks like.
picture, but I'm trying to figure out if I can use.
No, I know. I'd say, yeah, go ahead. Let's go ahead and go for it. Give me a check.
So my Witcher check is going to be a 3 under a 10, so that's a critical. If that
Okay.
matters.
So with a critical check on your Witcher knowledge, this guy does not look familiar. That's enough to tell you that this probably is not a native
Yeah.
to this plane.
So I'm getting one of these, like, it's a traveler, crud, and I know nothing, right? I'm getting one of those.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
dragons that you're familiar with are much smaller by almost half.
So as I'm stepping forward, I'm telling guys, like, it's a traveler and I know nothing about it. Wish us all luck.
Funsies.
I mean, everything you know about dragons, you know that they're intelligent. You're not sure exactly how much of that knowledge is applicable in this situation.
Okay.
But it's moving slowly toward you. It's not making a mad dash. So it looks like it's cautious. I mean, I guess.
I'm gonna draw a sword, but in some sort of like defensive, like I'm not trying to threaten you kind of stance as I'm moving forward.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's going to bring us to TJ.
Okay, so right at the start, I'm going to activate my shield wall concentration. And then I'm just going to move towards it. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, just along the path, I want myself to be noticed. And
You have heavy armor and you have armor training?
yes,
You do?
yes,
So that'll get you to about right here. Are you happy with that?
yeah, I'm good with that. And yeah, that's gonna be my turn right there.
Sounds good. Yeah, that would be activate your concentration effect and 2 movements. That is your turn. Forward. Tell them what you got.
All right. So it's approaching steadfastly. So with that, I want to take. How far can my drones move?
They can move 5 squares per round. Or per action, sorry. 6, I'm sorry. They're not wearing armor.
Okay. And then they have the additional action with the servos. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I still wouldn't get it too far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I guess as a precaution, I'm gonna have. Yeah, I'll have the drone at the top move 12 blocks.
Straight.
Yep, straight towards it. Okay. Then I'll use the source relay passive. I'm gonna use my special to cast create image for an audio or optical illusion.
Okay.
More of just to try to talk with it, like, "Ho, what's going on?" I don't know if that runs off with my actual my skills or anything.
You sure?
It's like, if so, I have
The
animal
drone
kin-
starts talking and he uses your voice.
Okay, so with that, I do have a passive for animal kinship. I can influence creatures without a disadvantage.
Okay. Sounds good. So what are you going to tell this dragon and how are you going to tell him to him? Are you going to try to command him? You want to try to lie to him?
No, I want
Charming.
to.
You're not a horny bard, are you? No,
No.
charming dragons. Okay, just checking.
No. More of inquisitive. I was like, we see it's moving up cautiously, so obviously, if it wanted to fight, it could have just hit us with a blaze rope. Could have hit us with a drop by type. So
Could have just landed on top of us.
right, and then it didn't even like charge at us or like hit off anything. It just walked up slowly. So I'm gonna take that more with the Quizzer stat. So let's go with. I don't know. Yeah, I guess just straight up Quizzer. Wait. What seems to be the problem here?
And like, what are you trying to? What kind of check are you trying to use in this? Like, just like charm, like a charm, but like to disarm the situation or something like that.
Let's go with more towards a command.
Like natural charm, not magical charm.
Right. No. Let's go with command, more of a command to talk. Like,
Okay.
wait. Let's talk this out.
Okay. Roll that check then. Tell me what you got.
Talk first, eat later.
My bad. It'd be Miguel because I'm trying to manipulate a conversation in my favor.
Okay, sure. Well, that absolutely makes perfect sense.
Oh yeah, I critical failed that. I got a 12/7.
Oh,
Okay.
this is awesome.
Look here,
So
you
this
sneaky
dragon
lizard.
was holding a couple actions, and one of them, it like kind of shoot. Yeah. So this drone's gone. Yeah, your drone like flies up straight line, starts speaking with your voice, and then just erupts in flame and just charred
Yep.
bits fall to the ground.
Spooked him.
Hey, at least the ready action got wasted on the drone instead of us.
Yeah,
So, you know,
yeah.
But I will tell you
I'll
this:
call that a win.
the dragon kind of cocks its head in a quizzical way, and it looks rather amused with itself. If that tells you anything, I don't know. Hendrik, I also want to add this one thing. So
Yeah.
with your knowledge of dragons, you do know that one of the best ways to survive a dragon attack is to make yourself not seem like a meal. Generally, you've used large explosions to, if you weren't ready for that fight, to drive off creatures.
All right, so we already went in the wrong way.
Ford still has more actions. So that was one drone and one special action.
Yeah.
You've got a lot more to do.
Yeah. So again, other drones gonna run 12 diagonal towards it. I won't have a special action for that. So at that point, it'll just take, I was like, I guess, prepare for a dodge for the passive because I've already used my relay.
I also want to let you know that even if the other one was dodging, I rolled a 1 on that immolation burst. So that's uber.
Wait,
critical.
what?
I got an uber critical.
Oh,
There was I don't think that you have enough skill to have dodged that.
You succeeded in
I succeeded in
scaring the crap
completely
out of us.
annihilating your drone.
Scaring the
gotcha.
crap out of us.
If anybody
like-
remembers the troll when it came across TJ's familiar, it's like, oh, we're playing with this. I don't know if you get that kind of sense of amusement, but yeah, Ford's down a drone.
We'll have that one go up, and then I'll have the invisible one go over to say a block in front of me.
And that's gonna be one turn. So that's gonna actually occupy its second action because it's gonna take more than one action to get to you. So, but it
Okay.
is in position. So that
That's
leaves
fine.
you, I believe, with another 2 actions for yourself
Right.
because you cast
But
a
I've already
special
used
on the
my
one.
special.
Right.
Um,
Do you have any concentration actions you want to invoke on yourself?
oh wait. Well, no, that died anyway. I was like, because it still costs my special to do the source relay, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, to
At
cast
that point, I'm
to
going
cast
to
the
cast
greater or the image to have it speak
Right.
for you. That was your special.
concentration. I'm gonna play sanctuary.
Okay.
I cannot take or be targeted by hostile actions.
It's just difficult to target you.
I copied what you had. It said cannot, but I'll mark it difficult. So imposes disadvantage or something.
Well, more than disadvantage. Like there's a physical compulsion. It's almost like having resistance against attacks. But basically the creature has to overcome the resistance, which is going to be half your potency to try to attack you.
They gotta really want you.
Oh. And with that, I'll end.
All right. So we're going back to the top of the order. Dustin, hiding in the bushes. abandoning his comrades in a very brave and mighty fashion,
Bravely running away. Yep.
bravely running away.
Bravely ran Sir
Wait,
Robert.
did TJ get to go?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
TJ moved.
Oh, that's
So
right. Yeah,
Henrik,
yeah. The shield
Henrik
wall
went to
one.
hide in the
That's right,
bushes,
okay.
try to figure out what's
Um,
going on, and TJ pulled up shield wall and forged past him just a little bit.
I'm going to move up in about 2 squares south of TJ. So I think that's a double. Maybe can I get there in one movement or two?
Like here, it'll take you two because you got some difficult terrain there.
Yeah, all two. I'll go right there, and yeah, I'm gonna hover right there. I'll. Can I save my third as a reaction, or does that have to be on the next?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Can I like hold my third action?
Sure, absolutely. What kind of conditions do you want to meet?
If
Before.
this thing
Sure.
if this thing becomes, if this thing attacks us, so far it's, well, I guess it's attacked our drone, but I guess I'm just gonna hold an attack unless if it attacks one of the humans or humanoid people.
Okay. That brings us to Henrik.
Well, given that it's blown up a drone and there's probably some fireworks, I'm just gonna say it loud enough for our team to hear. Like, anybody got ideas how to talk our way out of this situation?
In response to that, you hear a deep, booming, feminine voice come from the dragons. It's like, come, little meatlings, dance for my meal, please.
We're not food. And on that note, I'm gonna take another quick look at inventory. I might have to rummage. Oh, I don't know that. How far can I throw a thing?
I'd say up to medium range.
Well,
So that'd be 2 of your movement spaces. No, medium range would be 3 of your movement spaces. It's basically anything you can get to by taking a full action to get there.
all right. So you told me earlier, in terms of my Witcher knowledge, I knew that something about explosions. In terms
Uh-huh.
of these bombs we have, do any of them qualify as the kind of explosion that I'm looking for? Or are
Yes.
is the poisonous smoke screen, for example, an annoyance, or is it actually the
I
kind of?
can't answer that for you. But that would definitely that has worked in some monsters.
So the goal is to drive it off, not to stun it and run away, right? In the context of
Yeah,
local
I don't know
area
what your
and-
goals are, but I am
So again, trying to access Witcher knowledge against local dragon stuff, right? Trying to draw an analogy. The goal is to drive them off, typically with the dragon. In a fight that you're not prepared to win, is the goal to drive them off, or is it to like stun them and run away? I assume running away just makes you prey and you're toast. Is that a role for me to figure out?
No, you critically rolled. Like, you have all the knowledge available to your fingertips. I
Mhm.
need to know intentions that I can tell you whether you know if that's a good or a bad move.
My
And
intent-
the
my intent-
smoke bomb
Uh-huh.
is useful for that. I don't know if it's going to be. You don't know if it's going to be useful versus this particular dragon because you've never run across this particular dragon before.
So my question really is like, what's the number one most effective strategy in a fight against a dragon that you don't
A
wanna
local
play?
dragon.
Is it like stun them to run away, or is it to drive them off with?
It would be to drive them off. If you stun them and run away, they might feel, because they're intelligent creatures.
Yeah.
Like, there are some of them that might take that embarrassment as a reason to hunt you to the ends of the earth to prove
right.
that they're not inferior to you.
Uh,
You don't want to back down from a dragon fight. You want to make them decide it's not worth it. And annoying them will just piss them off.
all right. then I'm gonna assume that I have the first 3 bombs in the list accessible, like those are the 3 things that I have and anything else that I have to dig for. So I'm gonna take item number 3, which is a poison smoke bomb. And lob it.
I'm
out.
gonna stop you right there, and
Yeah.
only because I tried to gently nudge you guys to pick items to carry on you, and you did not choose. I'm gonna make you rummage through your pack to pull it out.
Sure.
Because the only thing that you said is like, the only thing that you could think of carrying on would be a potion for someone else. And because you were specific about that,
Yeah, sure. I'll
Okay.
roll with that. So what's the rummage through the pack cost me? An action point or more than one or what?
yeah, we'll say you can probably find anything in your pack with 2 actions.
All right, so locate poison bomb, poison smoke bomb,
You also know that you have the nuclear option. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
which is what the barrel bomb.
That would be the barrel bomb.
I'm saving that for the second. And then how close can I get from where I'm at with that thing?
1 action.
No, meaning the throw. Like
You have 1 action left.
Right. So how close can I throw that thing to it? Can you tell me what medium range is? I'm asking you to show me what's medium range for this thing. Is that actually gonna put it in its face or not?
Right here.
That is not close.
Wait, that's 12. You've got a movement of 5,
6,
13, 14, 15. No, you've got a movement of 5 because you're in armor.
but I have armor training.
Yeah, which makes your light armor act like heavy armor or makes your heavy armor move like light armor. That was one of the clarifications I put on the notes.
Oh, so you don't get both benefits. Okay, yes, I'll take.
So
the-
from where you're at, you could throw it right where my cursor's at.
So is there such a thing as a held action?
There is. Dustin's holding one right now.
That's what I'm gonna do. When it gets close enough to hit it with this thing, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm going with we're not food and
We're not gonna take it. I said no. Yeah, you're gonna take it right in the action
No,
point.
we're not worth eating.
So yeah, if you want to toss that, go ahead. Because she's
Oh.
definitely moving forward.
yeah.
She's kind of slinking like with all of her bulk. She is quite considerably large dragon. She moves kind of like a cat, very graceful, and looks like she's stalking, almost kind of half stalking, half kind of sauntering up to you in a weirdly seductive way that does not make you feel good about yourselves at all.
I don't think I'm gonna have high self-esteem after this.
So now
Right.
the keyword is performance issues. Performance anxiety. You throwing your bomb?
Yeah, it's gone.
All right, you throw your bomb, it goes off. She walks right through this cloud of smoke. You can hear her
Poison.
coughing a little bit.
Poisonous smoke screen.
You can hear her coughing a little bit, but she kind of like walks through it and kind of pokes her head up. Her body's still concealed in the bulk of this bomb, which we will say is, see, I even have it prepared. Well, hang on. No, come back out here. Go to the top. Bring to front. Put it about right there.
Well, as long as you walk through it.
Yeah, she's actually in the middle of it. And you can kind of tell she's coughing a little bit, but she's poked her head out of the cloud. The bulk of her body is still concealed. Her wings obviously stick out, and you can kind of see the tail flick to the sides, but maybe not necessarily above her head. Because it's kind of like she looks like a cat ready to play. I mean, that's the best thing I could tell. The most dangerous, deadly looking cat. And now I don't know, man. It's rough.
It's no bueno.
I would say, no, you know what? No, we're not going to say that. Yeah, so that's what she does. So she moves forward. She catches the smoke. She stops right here, pokes her head out. And in 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Henrik, TJ, and Dustin. She's going to let off a fireball.
Okay, I'm gonna trigger reaction spontaneous chitin to add 3 DR to myself. So that's gonna make me 6 DR.
That sounds like a really good plan. Because this fireball is not like other fireballs. It has a bite to it. She does 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage to everybody in that little fireball formation. TJ, you're gonna take 6 less. Henrik, I think you're gonna take like what, 2 of that?
5 less. I'm gonna take 2 of it.
Does
Justin,
my-
do you,
does
do you
my
have, you have
evasion help me?
armor?
No, I don't have
Sorry?
armor now. Does my evasion help me?
No, she rolled really well. Oh, and it's but I will tell us something that you could do is you could use your combat roll to move out of the area of it, and you really only have to go 5 foot to the east in any direction.
Oh, I can use my combat rule to get out of an attack. Okay, yeah,
Wait, I have that.
I'll use my reaction for that.
Does that mean I can get out too, Bird?
If you got it.
I got skirmisher's combat roll.
Okay, so you can move 2 squares.
Will that get me out?
1, 2, 3. You would have to roll pretty much right here.
Okay.
I shouldn't have told you that. I should have just asked you where do you want to roll, but no, I'll give you that one. Dustin,
I'm gonna roll south. Yeah, and
you can roll 3, so now you're in the weeds, so you can roll 2 squares too. About right here.
Yeah, do more diagonal down right from where I was. Yeah, one more down. I think I lost track of where I started, but
Yeah, that's I got you. So
Okay,
this would
yeah.
be you. This is awesome.
and then so can I activate my held action too, or is that a separate reaction?
Yes, you can.
I rolled a 2
To do what?
to my. Where did I can't find my ranged weapon. I know I had one, but now I can't find it. Oh, when you updated the thing, I don't think I pulled the updated.
Well, you're
Yeah.
generally travel with your scythe. If you
Yeah.
want to switch to your ranged weapon, that's going to be an action.
Oh, okay. Well then, oh, I didn't realize. Oh, I see. That's a good point. Okay, in that case, I'll just. Oh. Okay, just let it go then. I'll just wait for my turn.
Okay, so we're just going to track that 1 reaction against your next turn.
Okay.
Okay, TJ. You basically tanked a fireball to the face and came out with barely a scratch. It looks pretty epic. Like that dragon walking through a poison smoke cloud. You just walk through a freaking fireball.
That's
Those-
crazy.
Those
You look
cartoons,
pretty
Okay.
badass. Like
the
you know,
cartoons where he's got the shield up and all the fires bouncing off.
like
of
all
it.
your friends kind of rolled away from it like little adventurers.
Yep.
You're scattered like roaches.
You took it to the teeth and you spit it out. What you doing, man?
Okay, so just, I have something in mind, but I need some clarification. Could I, as just for preparation, use my rod's absorb energy ability to reduce damage from the fire?
Yes, you could have, and I will say that you still can because, but that'll take a reaction from this turn, so you can do that, and then you'll have 2 actions left.
I am not going to do that actually, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop my shield wall concentration and switch to challenge.
Okay,
So now the dragon either has to attack me or act with disadvantage.
sounds good.
So just with that, I'm just going to scream at the top of my lungs. Is that all you got?
Oh, shit.
Little meatling. Such brave words from a passing opening salvo. We will have so much fun. Please dance for me. And this voice, it is so eerily seductive and gravelly and booming and just chills you to your core.
So
What-
all I
what you're
heard was
saying is-
apparently the create image should have been a giant donkey.
You know what? I'm gonna say that that's good. Yeah, no. Yeah, go ahead. carry on, carry on.
I was gonna say, if we had a bard, the dragon just seduced it, right? Oh, that's bad news.
The tables have turned.
Okay, so, all right, so activated concentration. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to, yeah, I think I'm going to pass my turn now. Just getting the dragon's attention.
So you're gonna hold your other two actions?
Yes,
Okay. For what?
we'll see.
That's fair. Hey, that's fair. Ford. Saving
Sorry.
grace, brother.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So, question, just for one clarification. The fireball and all that, these are counted as spells or actions by the dragon?
Both. It's a spell-like action. It is a special action that she used to cast a spell that turned into a giant fireball that really didn't do anything to you guys. It's kind of impressed. Congratulations. I have to step up my encounters from here on out.
All right, well,
That's not. the
Henrik
lesson
doesn't
we
seem
learned.
happy with that idea.
No. Don't learn nothing from this, please.
You know what? Hang on a second, guys. No, I can't. I can, but I don't want to drag it. Go ahead. Everybody knows what she looks like. Just while Ford's figuring things out.
oh no, I got it. All right, so.
She pretty.
For special action, I'm gonna go ahead, source relay through the drone that's already there. Have it shift 6 blocks so it's directly towards a wing, since it'll have disadvantage anyway.
Right here?
Yeah. Need flanking maneuvers over here. All right, and then have that one relay color spray, which stuns 2 actions, all targets in the area of effect.
Okay. All right. So I'm not a gotcha DM, so I'm going to tell you this. You want to hit her head.
Oh, the cone spray.
2, 3. You're not going to hit her head from there. Like if you were about like right here, I would even say probably about right here, you could hit her head. But color spraying her body ain't going to do what you think it's going to do.
Okay. Then
So
yeah.
I'm just going to throw that out. Like, do you mind doing that little?
No, that's fine
rewind?
from there.
Okay. So
I just wanted to make sure I
you can
wasn't
hit- you
like
can hit her
directly
head.
between her and
Like-
Talmadge.
Even getting her horn isn't going to do it for you. Like you're really going to have to grapple with the actual scale of her body.
Well, so the drone should have the whole nimble, so I could actually move through her squares then.
Sure, yeah. I'm just letting you know, like sitting there from beside her wing, you're not going to get her. Like you want to aim
Okay.
for her head to get that effect.
So run it this way then. Have it using the nimble passive to have it above its head, going through that square, and then spray color spray.
Okay, like right here.
No, like it'd be above the square.
I'm frozen. Hang on.
Oh,
Not responding. Of course you're not responding. Jerk. Come on. All right. So go ahead and do your action while we're waiting for this thing to.
all right. 5 potency's a 10, so critical.
Okay, excellent. So now I'm still waiting for Adobe to respond because it's just like that. So as your thing comes in to her range, it lets off this color spray and she opens up her mouth and bites your drone. And she swallows it. So the color spray went off with the critical effect. But she also bit your drone in half. swallowed it whole.
I was gonna say even with the passive for evasion.
She rolled really, really well.
Okay.
Does the disadvantage from my challenge still apply to that attack?
Now that's a good question. So you have a 5, right, that you're adding to me. So I rolled a 2 with disadvantage is going to be a 4 plus 5 is 9. Yes, she still hits you.
Okay, then.
But that,
Yeah,
hey, no,
9?
that's good. That's really creative use of stacking disadvantage against her, but she was able to pull it off.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
okay. If things get bad, I
Uh,
got some really stupid ideas.
Oh, trust me. I
We
have
might need some.
Um.
I'm gonna throw a reminder out there because I did throw that smoke bomb at her. Technically, she's my target. Everybody has advantage on their hits because of pack tactics. Just a reminder.
No, you dropped an area of effect thing like that.
Oh,
you
that
didn't
doesn't
really.
count?
You attacked the square, not her.
So I've actually got to attack her. Okay.
I've got combat tactics too, but I'll activate or it'll activate too.
All right.
All right.
Does that make
how
sense,
far
Henry?
is
I just haven't
medium
attacked it yet.
range?
I'm sorry, say again.
How far is medium range?
You said
Whatever you can cover in a full movement. So if
So
you got a
6 squares?
speed of 6, then you 18 squares. We'll say 15, so it's fair for everybody.
15. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so I'll use my action to move. I realize it's freezing. That's why I was just counting out. I'll take about 6 squares forward along the path.
Sorry.
Actually, I only need 3 to be in range. I'll just take the 3 forward to put me just at the compass of 15. And I'll take my second action to hold a reaction. And you know, if it comes about, I'll worry about it then.
Yeah, keep all that in mind while I'm bringing this back up. I apologize for.
No problem. And then with the other drone that's invisible, I'm going to have that one go forward to Talmadge and have it use its action for grand advantage on him.
Okay, just hold on to all that stuff. Oh, are you freaking kidding me?
Oh dang, every game went away.
See if we remember how things were roughly. The square's gone. The circle's now gone. TJ was clearing a path up here. You said you're going to move your drone up to here to give him advantage. And they're excited in the trees. Big Mom was about right. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Oh, you know, we're good. About right here. Does that pretty much look about where we were?
Yeah, that's about right.
Plus some poison.
Just about right there. So set from there. Okay. So apologize for that. So Ford, your drone moved up to him. What else did you say that you were going to be doing?
I moved 3 blocks up, so I was just at the 15 block range. And then I was holding a reaction.
You don't really hold a reaction. They just go off whenever you want, whenever conditions are met.
Okay.
You can save an action
I'm holding
to
an
do
action
whatever
now.
you want.
Yeah, I'm holding that action.
I guess if your reaction goes off, you can say this doesn't count against my next turn. So and just go with that. However you want to do it. But we're good. We're resolved.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the top of the order with Dustin.
So I am going to I'm going to hit and run up to it. So move 6 to its head.
Its horn or its head?
Its head. I mean, there's no cold shots or anything, right? So I'm just gonna attack it.
No,
in the head.
you're definitely gonna need to call there. You're gonna have to be able to reach the thing that you're hitting. Like it's not just a block of hit points. Like you're gonna need to maneuver around this creature.
Can I reach its eyeball? Can I attack something that small? I'm not sure what you mean by target.
Like if you were a 5-foot step back, you will be able to reach its horn, but not its head. You at this range, you can hit its head.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hit its head.
Oh, I'm sorry, you
Okay.
have reach.
Yeah.
So
I've
yeah,
reached
you
it.
could be right here and still hit its head.
Okay, but I just meant, do I have to like target its eye specifically, or can I just?
Well, what are you trying to do?
Trying to hit it in the eyeball.
I mean, just make an attack roll.
That's what I wasn't sure. Ooh, that's not bad. So 6 out of 10.
So far, so good.
And then so 2d3. 1 and 3. So 4.
Okay.
And then I would like to use my second action to just do a regular swing.
All right.
That one wasn't nearly as good. Oh, I guess it's still 9 out of 10.
Okay. That's a hit.
So that's just a regular. And then not very good damage. Oh, 4 damage again. And then I want to use my hit and run to get out of, or I want to go down and to the right.
Like right here.
One more down, I think, because I have 6. I don't have any.
Yeah,
other.
I'm just asking you where you want to be. So before you run off, you hit it as a parting shot.
Yeah. So
Again
run,
on the head.
yeah, basically run up, swing again, and then swing as I run away. So 3 attacks total. Oop, that's a d20. I don't know why I picked that up. 4 out of 10. So that's a crit, right?
Uh-huh.
And a crit is oh, that's right. I have specials that do stuff for crits. That's what it is. So I would like to use the critical that, just trying to find out what it's called. I think it's Bell Ringer. You stun the target on a critical hit.
Okay.
So do I have to roll
It's
something
already
for that?
under the effect of a stun with the color
Okay.
spray.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't want you to waste an action.
Oh, so I can just use a different one then?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'll use penetrating blow to ignore damage reduction?
That would be good because the first 2 hits that you didn't look like they were super effective.
Okay. Oh, it's a good time to roll good damage then. But I didn't. I rolled 4.
But
Four-
all 4 of that goes through. So
Very nice. Okay. Found a weakness in face plates.
probably the eye.
Yeah.
Just
sure-
coincidentally enough.
I'm sure it'll be thrilled. And then I guess because I hit it twice, it has disadvantage on attacks.
Your Harrier ability.
Yeah, Harrier from combat support. Yeah.
Very good. You guys are figuring out how to whittle down dragons.
Flurry.
Henrik, you're up, bro.
So how does a barrel bomb, keg bomb work?
Yeah, light it and throw it. See what happens.
It's like a big fat stick of dynamite.
Did it go off when it lands, or is this one of those like I got to time it right and not be in the wrong place at the wrong time?
Is it
Yeah,
fused?
it'll go when it lands. As soon as the case breaks
Uh-huh.
and the fuses hits the gunpowder, it goes up.
So barrel bomb sounds big and heavy. How far can I hook this thing?
It's not actually not that heavy. It's
It's a pony keg.
yeah, there you go.
So what I'd like to do is, land it behind its neck so it hits its head and other body parts.
Well, I'd say that you could probably do it with a medium range. So you could go all the way up to where this circle is.
Yeah, I mean, if I have my druthers, I'd like it to be 1 square or 2 closer to the head, just to make sure I really do get the head.
Sure. Yeah, no problem.
Huck away.
So that's going to be 43 with advantage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, Henry, that's advantage per die.
Oh, fudge. Okay. So 2 actions to find this thing, my backpack, last action to huck it.
Sounds good.
All right, so
I know that thing's in here somewhere.
yeah, this is the time to use it. All right.
So
So that
43
is divided
plus
by
2
4,
per
right?
die.
So that's a 3. That's max. So that's a 6. Do you want me to add these all together, or you want this the total
Yeah,
result?
add it all together. 43 with plus 2 per die. So 43 plus 6. Sorry, 8. So yeah, there goes my math.
So that's 10. That's only a 1. So that's 13. And 9 is also max, right? Divided by 4. Yeah. So 13, 3, 16, 2, 18 points of damage.
Nice.
Jeez, that's nuts.
That's crazy, dude.
That's
you
exactly
said
what it's supposed to do, though.
4d3, and you said with advantage, man. So
It's a
You're
fucking
absolutely right.
it's a fucking keg full
and
of
the whole
dynamite.
time I'm like, we're not food, we're not food. And when I hug, it's like, we're not food.
Okay, so with that amount of damage, 18 damage.
Yeah.
That is very nice. I love it. So, that's your turn.
Yeah, I'm done.
The dragon's out of quick whips. Now, the way that large
It's not
monsters
funny
work,
anymore, guys.
it gets actions based on body parts. Her head is stunned thanks to Ford, so she only has 1 action left with that. And with that, she's gonna beat her wings, and this guy's gonna blow away and dissipate.
No,
And she's gonna take off.
don't suck it in.
Congratulations.
As we're all sort of shaking our heads and cleaning out our ears,
Ow.
I'm like, we need another one of those.
Anybody want to start foraging?
Yeah,
What
I was
the
gonna say,
hell was that, and what was it doing here?
what the hell was that thing in your backpack? You had that thing in your backpack?
Look, we found this at what in our loots when we were somewheres, and yeah, that was the one that we had.
I realized I was muted. No one could hear me.
Oh
I
man,
was saying, so I was like, I thought the color spray did stun for 2 actions.
It does. She has multiple actions throughout her body. Her head action, which would have been used to blast you with fire, was pretty much unable to do that. So the rest of her body decided to get out of there.
Okay, so following question then. Color spray says like everything in the area of effect. How wide is this cone we're talking?
Okay, so there's only 1 target, right?
No, it says a cone.
I get you, but the dragon is 1 target.
Right.
To get that effect off, you want to aim for her head. If you cast that on her tail, that ain't gonna do nothing. Like if I color sprayed your butt, you just walk right around with like glitter pants. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So most creatures that you're gonna be using that on are gonna fit fully within that cone. Because she is so large, you have to maneuver to make sure you're getting her head. And then once you get her head, that's her whole body. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah. So for myself and Joe, I'm not sure who else have done some large combat stuff, and essentially there's a control center, which is usually the head, and a lot of the times it's out of reach or you can't get to it. and you're not effective against it. And so you do a lot of like you work a leg and then and once you take it out, like you've impaired its mobility, where you take out its tail, and so you've gotten rid of its tail attack. But most of the time when you're fighting a really big monster, it takes a long time. You're wishing that you had area of effect stuff that did damage that you could hit a few body parts at once. But also the big monsters have a lot of DR, and you're sitting there going, this is going to take a long time, right? And you're just getting beat to heck the whole time. So we lucked out in that you hit the control center and took away a lot of reactions for everything in a way. Like that has a knock-on effect of, I'm not sure if this is true, but I'm imagining that she could have been reaching out with wings and grabbing us and throwing us and stuff like that. And she wasn't
100%.
because her head was stunned. Whereas that stun effect just doesn't, like you said, doesn't take effect on anything else. On smaller creatures, it's one thing, it's one set of actions. On big creatures, if you're under its feet, you might get hit by 3 different things. It can be really nasty, or it can just spin around, right? Like it uses its feet to move and it hits you with a wing and a tail and it bites you at the same time, and it's ugly. It's
Yeah,
scary.
just for reference, like the tactics that you guys use were effective on this monster enough to drive it away. It is still not reached less than a quarter of its hit points. Like it still has 3/4 of its hit points left.
It
So-
counts like 5 things. Right.
It's an intelligent creature. So if you
Yes.
you said okay, you're right.
That combination of
this meal
stun
is
and
no longer worth
gigantic
it.
blast to its head effectively drove it away. But yeah, this thing isn't even close to dead.
Yeah,
Okay.
it said fuck it, you're not worth the snack anymore.
Pretty much. It smelled the blood from the boar, and it thought that it was just going to pick up a quick meal. But it's like, oh, yay, I get to play with my food. And then you're like, yeah, I'm not playing with these guys anymore. Taking
Yeah,
my ball and I'm going home.
The calories won't heal me, right? It's not enough. It'll be fun to get into a big monster combat when we're not just going to die from it.
Yeah, it has no idea if you've got more of those bombs. So it essentially, you guys successfully succeed in this counter and making it not worth her time.
Yeah, and I'm sure she'll definitely forget about us for sure.
Totally forget about you guys.
Yeah, well, it'll never come up again. I'm positive.
No, not. We're totally never going to be here again.
Okay. Do I see any parts of my drone left?
Yeah, you can recover them. Like for story reasons, like you need completely new drones because those 2 guys one's in her belly and the other one's incinerated. But for practical purposes, you pull another 2 that look just like the last one out of your bag.
Oh, I mean, I still had 2 more in my bag.
Yeah, I'm not
had
tracking
the,
those against your resources.
Gotcha. I was asking because I have the repair object spell, so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you guys are easily able to figure out or replace what you've lost, quote unquote lost.
okay. Then I am going to also forage around the area partially.
Sounds like a very good idea.
Any chance?
So in this area, there's lots of herbs, mushrooms, and insects because you're in a swampy area,
did we
which
happen to
is
blow any
this area right
scales
here.
off her?
I'm sorry.
Did we happen to blow any scales off her or anything like that in the big bone?
No, it looks like she pretty much took everything with her.
You said herbs, mushrooms, and what else?
Big juicy insects.
Insects. If you want to go closer to the mountain, you could probably find some mining outcrops,
Okay.
which
Any
you'll have the option to
specific-
as you move forward. Because you guys are going to be traveling up towards this area where the barracks is. Here's where the town is.
Okay.
I take it back. I think this is where the barracks is.
Dustin,
Yes.
And you guys are around this area right here.
this is in character. Like, how long have we been here? And by here, you mean, you know that I mean like this world. Because this is more like, this is at least one big problem every day.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So I'm
That's-
guessing like 10 or 12 problems by now.
That's more than I want to deal with.
Was the dragon that we dealt with that sent us here that was it that kind of dragon, or is this a totally different dragon?
Totally
The-
different dragon.
The meta, so it's a third kind of dragon. Because
Did-
I wasn't actually here for the
Yeah.
the
Monster-
dragon that sent us.
Well, I will tell you this though, that dragon talked to you.
Yeah. So
Well, it didn't actually speak. This one spoke with its voice, and it was very seductive and
But-
gravelly
Oh,
and
it's
scary.
You mean it had a physical voice?
yeah.
Yes,
The
the other
first-
one would spoke to you in your head.
Oh, okay. So yes, a third kind of dragon now that we know about.
So again, in character, Ford, TJ, you guys are from different places. Did this come from your home? So it's not from here, and it's not from where I'm from.
Let's see. I guess that would make a lore check from my world, wouldn't it?
I guess same. 6 out of 7, so pass, but not critical.
DJ, what do you got?
5 out of 8.
Sorry, 5 out of 8.
Yes.
Okay, so TJ, you're confident that it did not come from your world. Ford, you are confident it did not come from your world. However, you have read so much stuff that there's definitely ringing some bells as far as like, you do know that there are such things as planar guardians. And yeah, this is kind of ringing those bells, but you're not 100% sure. But you know it didn't come from your world.
Okay. I'm gonna relay that information to them in game.
And I don't think you guys have actually ever done like a lore dump between each other to kind of compare notes. While you are traveling, you can do some picking, and if you want to get ore, you're gonna have to go backwards. You still might have time to get back and do that, or if you just kind of want to go as you're going forward, you're pretty much going to run into, like I said, plants, mushrooms, and bugs.
We also have some more less potiony stuff. I'll dump that here in the chat in case you're looking for it.
Hey,
I, was gonna
like,
say,
yeah,
I remember we had boom bugs at some point.
I just need to know what type of herbs I'm coming across, what type of mushrooms.
Is there anything specific you're looking for?
Well, that'd be what? Blue mushrooms seem to be a large number for potion there. And then for bugs, if I see either a bitter bug, god bug, mainly blue mushrooms, probably.
Give me one check for the mushrooms.
What's that block?
I don't know, like your concept skill, probably. Your
Researcher
tinkerer.
10.
Your tinkering covers alchemy.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say researcher is also a 10. Four.
Okay, so critical. Yeah, you're able to find 9 blue mushrooms in pretty good condition, ready to be crafted and used for something else. And you see a bunch of other mushrooms, but if that's what you're specifically looking for, that's what you gather. As far as
Yeah.
bugs,
What
give
exactly
me-
what were the ones that we needed to make those barrels?
Oh, you're gonna need a lot of ingredients to make the barrel bomb.
Oh, I'm looking for
Yeah.
that.
So for
You're gonna need
hold on.
you're gonna need a small barrel for one. You're gonna need catalyst, fire herbs, nitro shrooms, and gunpowder.
Can I do a check for forging the
Yes, you can.
specifically for explosives? I can get a barrel next time we're in town. But
Yeah. So you want to look for some nitro shrooms?
correct. Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a check on that.
Is it okay? You scout?
Yeah.
I got 8 out of 8.
8 out of 8. Yeah, you're able to find a handful of them. They're all kind of underneath some brush, and closer together you find 6.
6. Okay, cool. I'll write that down. What were the mushrooms called? 6
Nitro shroom.
nitro.
So for herbs, like there are plants and bugs left. If you're looking for barrel bombs specifically, you're going to look for fire herbs and bitter bugs to make catalysts.
Do you want,
Anybody?
do you want individual checks or just one check?
I would say, TJ, you're a medic. Give me a medic check to see if you can find some bitter bugs because you know that that's used in a lot of healing remedies.
All right, 1 sec. Oh yeah, I'm not finding anything. I just rolled an 11.
Fair enough.
No, we want.
Actually, you find a bunch of them, but man, you're like just running after them like a kid chasing fireflies and coming up with nothing. They're all over the place. You just can't seem to get a hold of them.
Bitter bugs in this world are a lot slyer than our world.
What did I find on bugs? Same check or do a different check?
So TJ took care of the bugs for you. You took care of the mushrooms. Dustin got some more mushrooms. If you want to go for herbs, Henrik,
What
that would
kind
be
of
your
herb?
Witcher check because you make all kinds of potions and mutagens out of.
I'm in. Can I use my heightened senses to and give myself advantage on that roll?
I don't see why not.
All right. Doesn't matter because I'll roll the 1.
You find all of them.
I come back and I'm high as a kite. Holding rooms.
I found blue.
Well, you're looking for
ones.
herbs.
Well, whatever.
I found.
But
some
hey, you found a
blue
bunch of them. And
herbs
as far
and
as
some
being high as a
green
kite,
herbs.
you find some sleep herbs, and you know if you like roll those things up into some paper, you could have a nice in the couch moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
But on top of the sleep herb that you found 9 fire herbs. Because that's what you were looking for specifically.
I hope you can use this or we can use this to build another one of them BOMBs.
Boom barrel.
So that will conduct our
In fact, all
foraging expedition.
all future barrels
So
will
what all
have,
was found? We found 9 blue mushrooms.
all right, scratch the keg from our inventory.
I'm just trying to see what all did we get.
I found 6 nitro shrooms.
You got them written down? Everybody's got their stuff written down?
Ford happens to have a whole lot of alchemical reagents. So when you guys go to make camp tonight, if you want to do some crafting, I will absolutely allow that.
And so I'm like, what all do we have so I can make shit? I literally have all of it. The bomb formula, regions, advantage, craft consumable, and foraging.
Nice. You're about
So
to
9 blue mushrooms, 6 nitro shrooms.
You're about to feed my explosive addiction.
Hey, just put it in one of the drones and send it in.
Send in the drones.
Sounds like less fun, but I'm all out.
So what bugs did we get? I got 9 blue mushrooms, 6 nitro shrooms.
Didn't we have a big long list of all the stuff we found? Didn't you copy that, Henrik?
Yeah, I've got it on my sheet and I also have pasted absolutely all of it into the chat.
Oh,
today.
all right.
So I try to start the day by putting it in there. But I did not write down the stuff that Ford was
Why can't
talking
I
about. I just wrote down the fire herbs.
I don't see it in chat.
Oh, did it go into chat before you joined?
I said potions.
Oh, I was looking
no,
at-
this is the
I was looking at the
list
wrong
of stuff of what it does. I have that written down already.
All right, I'll repaste the whole thing.
Where the hell is the chat button? Oh, here.
One Doug bomb, one smoke bomb. Okay, I see what you mean.
Repaste for everybody.
Yeah, it's pretty right size. We're gonna go for the zoom out view.
Non-fire herbs. Looks like you got 2 catalysts already.
You guys good?
Yeah.
All right. So it takes you a while to gather all this stuff. Poor TJ is still trying to catch some bugs, and they just keep fluttering out of his grasp. You decide to like start to make your way up. It is getting closer towards evening because you spend a pretty good amount of time. As you, if everybody can see the screen, okay?
Yeah.
Can see my cursor. So you're coming from around this area. You're going to be moving to the northeast, northwest. Sorry, left is right, right is wrong. All right, carry on. You're moving up here. You're going to want to stay off the roads a little bit, so you know do a little bit forwarding as you go, avoiding open roads, staying closer to the fields. You did notice that there was a flyover from the dragon. Maybe it was looking for you. I don't know, but it like as soon as you spotted the shadow, you guys are able to duck and cover, and it seemed like it passed on you over you. Somebody give me a world turning check.
Yeah. 24 or TJ should go for it.
That
All
lore.
right, give me a second. D12, right?
That's
It's a
right.
Straight with D12, yeah.
5
2.
out of 7 for me.
No, it's just a straight check.
Oh, history. Wait, what?
History's
I
not
wrote
on
a
that
2.
list.
No. He was asking for a how the world turns check. It's just a straight D12.
Oh,
It's just a off-screen tension
Gotcha.
gauge. You got a 5. What did you get, TJ?
2.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you guys think that you're pretty much successfully away from the dragon. It seems like it's pretty much buggered off. There's a little bit of a pucker factor when that shadow showed back up, but when it passed on, you guys kind of you feel like a palpable tension kind of roll off you, like you think that you successfully navigated away from encountering her again. For now, not. So coming up on this thing, it is getting a little bit closer to dark. Somebody give me some perception or give me some scouting, because I imagine Dustin, you'll be scouting the area a little bit ahead of the party.
Yeah. Oh, man. Not great. I got an 11
Out of
out of 8.
okay, yeah, you don't find anything.
It
I
happens.
don't know what to tell you to do with that. So yeah, you're coming up on this keep here. I imagine you guys are going to want to keep your distance from it. You know that the guy that went on to town, Inquisitor Varen, said that he was going to call for an inspection of the troops. That hasn't happened yet. So if you want to camp a bit ways away from this, you can bed down for the night and do whatever it is that you want to do to get ready for that, however it looks like.
Yeah, I think it's if we can be far enough away to be unimposing. So like if the patrol or the keep sees a campfire, they're not going to come investigate it. Or at least block the
Give me an insight check.
block the fire from view. Oh, there we go. That was a 1.
Yeah, you probably want to block the fire.
Yeah, so we'll like have the, if there's an outcropping of rock or something in the other direction, we'll camp on the opposite side.
There really isn't. I mean, it's kind of open. There's some trees and some shrubbery and stuff like that. Some. I mean, the terrain rolls. It's not just flat, but
Well, is it cold?
is it cold?
Yeah, or we're out of the swamp, right? We're in a more.
You're out of the
foresty area.
swamp.
Is it? Yeah, is it cold enough to camp without a fire? I don't remember what season it is.
Well, if you guys take the time to take off your clothes and dry them, you should probably be okay. If you want to try sleeping in wet, soggy clothes, not only will that not work for you, but you might end up with some long-term disadvantages.
Oh, that pneumonia.
Athlete's foot.
I'll be back in a sec.
All the army guys will tell you to change your socks.
What time of day is it when we come into the view of the keep?
It's getting towards sundown. There's still light out. You can still navigate your way around without needing to bring out any light sources or anything like that. But it's getting there. Spent a good portion of time
Yeah, we
looking
definitely.
for.
Yeah, we definitely need to rest. So
So you may have any wounds.
I do.
I did not get any wounds. I have a bunch of damage, but no wounds.
Do wounds go away if I rest one night with no damage?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just a matter of if you want to walk around with some wounds untreated. There are wolves around. Might not be the smartest idea.
So what's the right way to get rid of this thing?
If you have, I mean, if you take time to bandage the wounds, it should stave off a lot of that. If you end up with any, looking for it, nutrient paste,
Oh,
then you could probably alleviate any kind of tension from that.
familiar. Oh, we do have nutrient paste, but I don't want to use it if I could just wake up tomorrow and be fine. Can I just bandage this thing?
Well, right now we're like, give me a Witcher check.
4 out of 10.
Yeah, you know that any predatory animals are probably going to catch wind of you. So it's not necessarily about saving resources, it's about making sure that you're not followed or tracked or hunted.
All right. So who's hurt worse than me in this group?
I don't have any wounds. So I just have damage that will go away when we sleep.
TJ or Ford, all right?
Take no damage.
Yeah, Ford's like, I don't know about you guys, but I've been invisible the whole time. Like I got frontline drones for taking damage.
All right.
I'm good. I imagine he's wearing really nice clothes. And like he fusses whenever they get a little dirty. It's like, everyone stop! I must clean my coat.
So like rubbing a little bit of this nutrient paste in the wound and bandaging it so it'll heal overnight's not enough necessarily. I gotta consume some in order to be wound free.
Well, yeah, you're gonna be rubbing it on your wounds and bandaging them, which will heal you of 2d3 wounds and make sure that you don't leave any kind of crazy
Trail.
strong odors for
I hate
predators to follow.
I hate using party resources, so I'm gonna ask permission from everybody.
Well, I don't want to be hunted. So yeah, that sounds like a fine use of resources.
Ford, you good? If I use it, all right. TJ,
TJ said he was stepping away, I think.
all right, because personally, I'm pretty stingy and I don't want to use it if I don't have to, but sounds like it's the wiser course, so I'll mark one.
So
off.
with TJ away, I'm gonna go ahead and ask, does that seem like an unnecessary thing to track? Does it add tension to your game? Does it make you think about like what you're doing, how you're doing it? Or do you think you're gonna get really bored tracking things like healing up wounds in between combat?
I personally don't do that when I DM track stuff, but I don't mind it. It's one of those.
I really want to try to.
It's a preference thing. I don't know. I don't.
The
It's like-
intention behind it is to ratchet up the importance of exploration and using resources. And I have
Right.
like I think it's a great mechanic. I think it works. I just if it's killing the gameplay and you guys are just, oh god, I don't want to do this, and then we can just do away with it.
You know, I recently implemented a thing that I really liked that is basically, how do you describe it? It's basically a generic supplies. So when you go to town to refill supplies, you refill this like basically counter, right? So like if you have, say it's, you have 4 supplies, right? So then if you need something like, oh, I need a bandage so that I don't leave a scent trail, that's the thing, right? Then you just,
Okay, I'm back.
then you just spend 1 supplies. So if you then need to go foraging for supplies, or if you get to town and you spend gold to get new supplies, right? Like you just have it as its own currency, right? Or like,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. So that's
And if you guys were
I-
going to it, if you guys were going to a town, we could totally say, oh, you guys stock up on the stuff that you need to carry in your backpack. But because that hasn't been a thing yet, I just kind of wanted to introduce that as an opportunity to forage to find these things.
Yeah.
TJ
I don't
TJ
mind
has a
tracking it
concept
either
skill
way.
as a medic, so he could take care of the stuff for you. I'm not really worried about making checks to, well, was it an effective bandage? Did you do that? I just want to make sure that I just kind of want to check that box to see how it plays really.
Yeah, I don't mind doing it either way. Yeah. So if that's how we want to try it, that's good. I'm fine either way.
So
And if it becomes cumbersome, just let me know.
is there an option to have TJ bandage the wound in such a way that it wouldn't attract
Yeah, absolutely. He could just do a check on you and you wouldn't need to expend the nutrient paste. Of course, the wounds won't go away until you rest, but he could probably effectively do that.
So that'll be hey TJ, can you look at this? I took one of these, I think from a bunch of those nibbler dudes, neckers.
You found Necker nutrient paste made from swamp bug guts.
So yeah, if TJ wants to make a medic check to bandage your wounds, that would be adequate.
Okay, yep, that's a 3.
Cool. Thank
3
you.
out of what?
3 out of 6.
That works.
So hopefully
I'm gonna say that you heal a wound from that. Like you can tick off one of your wounds because he expertly bandaged you.
one is what I had, so one is gone.
Sounds like a good trade then.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Yep, that's why I'm here.
Ghetto medic is a great medic. That's what we used to say.
So make camp. Shield the
Yep.
fire.
So as far as that goes, if you wait until it's pretty dark and you've got hill cover, like you think it might be worth it to risk a fire, but you definitely don't want your smoke plume to show up in the
Yeah, or cold camp it. I don't know if people are okay with it. I don't know what the risk is related to that.
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't. Did we? Was it? Or sorry, did we get a solid answer on if it was too cold to camp without a fire?
I think if you guys take care of stuff, like I said, take your time to dry your clothes and stuff like that, you guys would be all right. If you just try to go to sleep in your armor, then yeah, you're gonna be SOL.
Now we're gonna get it out.
I would say this though, if you don't have a fire and don't like take care to look for those amenities, you would not heal any damage or wounds.
No. I mean, I'm not overly worried about. I mean, it's not like illegal for us to be out here, right? So
Right.
No.
if we're just travelers camping on the road, then worst is they send a patrol to figure out who we are, which isn't the end of the world. So I don't think a camp is that big of a risk. So I think we should definitely camp, and we'll just make as much effort as we can to not have direct line of sight for our fire to the keep, whether it's in a little, at the bottom of a hill or whatever. So not a campfire at the top of the hill, camp at the bottom of the hill on the opposite side of the keep.
All right, so everybody okay with that plan?
I'm good.
just to minimize our chances of being investigated by the
I like
keep.
that you put thought into it and explained your intent, and I will say that you guys sleep with no real problems. You gain back your wounds, you gain back your health. No, Henrik was the only one that had wounds. He would have had to roll, but since he's good. If you had just health damage that you were tracking, you can recover all of that. So we're gonna wake up in the morning and kind of get a tentative idea of where you're looking at. So we've got the overview here. There's a ruined keep. Looks like it is in pretty bad disrepair. However, there does appear to be signs of activity, some people living in it. See smoke coming up from a courtyard, something like that. Someone's definitely occupying this, even though it is a ruined keep. It looks rather serviceable and sturdy and fend off against predators. Probably not a full-scale invasion, but the invasion is pretty much over with. So
Does it look like they're repairing it, or not? They're not bothering to repair
yeah, it looks
at
like
all?
there have been some hasty repairs, like a couple patches in the hole, to patches in some of the walls that have collapsed, but nothing major. Like I said, the large invasion force has already gone through here. The people who you believe to be occupying this place aren't really looking for a counterattack. There's a battalion of soldiers out here. And from observation in the morning, it looks like there is a contingent of people from the city, like 1 or 2 horses and a guard or so on and so forth. And it looks like they are leading away in a parade formation, almost a very loose parade formation, a whole group of soldiers. There are some that are going to be left behind. And after a couple hours of sitting, watching, and making sure that they're off in the distance, I'm going to let you guys tell me how you want to approach this thing.
So, do we have an elevated field of view where we can see inside of the walls?
You will, I don't know. You're going to have to tell me how you guys go about it. I will say that somebody give me something stealthy. Tell me how you're stealthily observing this place. Or if you're stealthily observing this place.
I'm keeping watch. Y'all,
Yeah.
y'all do the stealthing part.
I can definitely do stealth. I'm just trying to remember what the actual skill is.
And say with that, would it not be better to send a drone to scout?
Ooh, you got invisible drones,
Probably
huh?
would.
So yep. Source
Will this
relay
be an invisible
passive.
drone?
Yeah. Take the non-combat drone. Use source relay for the invisibility to cast on it itself, and then have it scout through.
Okay, so doing a flyover, you notice that there's, like I said, there are guards, but there's about 1 on every corner. So these 4 guys, they look pretty relaxed. Flying over, you see an open courtyard with a big tree in the middle of it, and everything else is under roof.
I'll be wondering out loud, is this an opportunity for us to find those kids that might be stashed in that keep?
Assuming they're alive, yeah.
You got fine motor control over that thing?
Also, don't want to rush you guys. Like, I imagine over the campfire, you guys had a chance to catch up and compare notes. Is there anything particularly burning that you guys want to know?
I have this assumption that both Ford and TJ walk through portals, whereas Dustin and I are body hopping. Is that right?
That was the impression I got, but I don't know if we ever confirmed it. So yeah, that's a great question.
I believe mine was I was doing an experiment was the story we went with, and then kind of got blasted through, big explosion, came to in a different world.
Oh, you got marveled?
Yeah.
You did a science experiment gone wrong?
Physically crashed through a barrier between two worlds. Give me a check. Give me one of your researcher checks.
12 out of 10.
12 out of 10.
He got blown up
Critical
good.
failure.
Don't did
You
crash.
really don't like sleeping without your bed. You're kind of grumpy.
It's not worth explaining right now. Talk about it later.
Feel like that at that point, that's when it's like, I need to go ahead and use hot drink to make it a coffee.
Pretty much, yeah.
Very funny.
I'm like, what are you making? Using a catalyst, herb, hot pepper, and then throwing in an extra herb. Behold, coffee.
Spicy
Dr. Stone
coffee.
over here. Yeah, good time. Anybody ever put black pepper in their coffee?
I've never tried
I
that.
put salt in mine.
It's good stuff. I'm just gonna say that. Try it on a dare.
I don't drink coffee, so
Pleasantly surprised.
Negative.
I like my tea mainly. I drink coffee, but it's either brown sugar water or just straight black.
My kids
So-
say Daddy likes a little bit of coffee in his chocolate.
Henrik, would you like to just kind of give a brief overview of how you got to this area? To tell Ford, and Ford, you made your check. You're not going to be able to discern anything from it, but you can still get the story.
So the super short version is we came upon one of the apex predator, the corpse of what we believe to be an apex predator.
Well, you thought it was a corpse.
We thought it was a corpse, it's poisoned or dying or something, and I guess ran into its mate, and through some sort of weird psychic connection while we're riding on the back of this thing trying not to die, I don't know how we ended up on its back, kind of get pushed into the fourth wall, right? Become aware of probably some sort of meta dragon, and it's telling us that this cataclysm on this world is going to happen everywhere and take different forms, and then we sort of body hopped into these bodies here in this world, and we have this sense of a place that we need to be and be. I'm going to assume it's true for me. I don't know if it's actually true, that beyond whatever happens with as the world turns, that there's just also that sense of dread. Like we just escaped one cataclysm, and for some reason we still have that same feeling of it being true here. So not only are we drawn to some sort of, I have it written down, some sort
We
of,
feel like there's a timer, right?
Yeah,
Like, we
there's a
feel like
timer.
there's a timer ticking, and we don't know enough about it.
we're headed towards Lochmuin, Muinn. It's a former elf something, castle, something, barracks, whatever. We feel like there's a timer on this world too, but in this particular case, we don't know anything about the nature of it, whereas we got to understand pretty well the life cycle of magic and cause and effect and the environmental dangers associated with the last world. This one, we're just like, this place is screwed too, but we don't even know how right now.
Okay.
That's the short version.
Maybe later you can reflect on it and try to make some more checks to really make sense of the story. Grab your books, but for right now, you get the dump. You like, okay, I assumed you want to explain. You did explain. You're from a different world. You were doing research on actual planar travel, interdimensional theory, stuff like that. You had an explosion that kind of punched you through to this world. TJ, how'd you get here?
Well, walking would be a bit of an inaccurate statement, but I definitely know I came through a portal here.
Do you want to give me a lore check?
Sure. Ah, yeah, that's a 10 on an 8. So yeah, I got nothing right now.
Yeah,
Right,
you
I
stumble
just got
over, remember
disconnected there.
exactly what the term is. You know it, you just can't recall it off the top of your head. But yeah, you walk through a door or a mirror that turned into be a portal.
Someone been watching Castlevania cartoons on Netflix?
Yes.
That's the next world you guys are going to. I mean, 2 worlds from here.
Mirror portals. All right.
I'm totally joking, but not, but am.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, good times, good times. So that's pretty much how everybody got here. And now you're ready to scout. The drone flew over. He sees this. You see the 4 guards. Unless you want to try to fly in the castle, this is the good information you have. There's a way, like if you come over here, it looks like there's kind of a ruined wall here where someone tried to come in through the water at some point. It was never really fully repaired.
See if there's windows, if there's any chance of us finding these kids.
So
So
can I run Arcane Sight?
You can. You won't be able to do that through a relay though,
Okay.
because even if you gave it thing arcane sight, I don't think it would really be able to translate back to you. You know what I'm saying? Like mechanical, it wouldn't know how to discern the information. You would not get that information even if you try to use that as a relay through a mechanical object.
Okay. That's fine. It's like cameras. They don't, even if it says it doesn't relay it back.
So now we go into the heist portion. How you guys breaking in? What do you think your objectives need to be?
For some reason, I thought we had a key to the front door in the form of Ford and his credentials.
Roll a Kismet check. I'm just playing.
So, just putting this out there, I do have forced evolution. So while I am not an infiltrator, I could go through the lake into the broken down wall that way.
You can
Yeah.
grow gills and swim underwater.
I mean, I could do it the old-fashioned way as well if we wanted me to go in by myself. I just don't think that's a good group tactic.
Should we pull the old diversion thing?
Well, this will be a skill challenge, just in case you're curious. Tell me what's at stake and tell me how you plan to accomplish it, and then we'll make some rolls to see how it all goes.
I mean, I don't know if Ford's stealthy or himself, but what if Ford and I are the distraction at the front gate? Blah blah blah. While the other 2 do some infiltrating, so we make the odds that people are paying attention to us instead of you guys.
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind sapping a guard or 2 either.
And let's be fair, Dustin. Even if we get caught, you can go invisible, and I could make a lot of noise.
Okay. So I'm fine with that plan. If we're gonna run that in the front, I will be using Sanctuary though, just to try to make them not want to fight, and at least it'll keep them there longer in theory.
All right. I hope you're the charming one because I know I'm not.
Yep. Can't fight, but I can
All right.
talk.
I'll be quiet and ugly. I'll play
All right.
bodyguard.
So
So-
yeah, I think yeah. We've only seen 4 active guards. I don't know. What never mind. Take it back.
Hey, look, if we come in and it's not an issue, then hey, we got 2 folks already got in. We didn't know. We were
Yeah.
worried about.
We got
Case
here
y'all were
first
bad.
and some guys are catching up, right?
I guess my only question is, do you want? I think we should try to get in before we need the distraction. And then have the distraction be,
Well, yeah,
Um,
I was like, by that logic, we'd go in to distract them so that you can sneak in was the intent.
right, no, I'm just saying that maybe the idea should be to get in if we can without revealing yourself, because you have a reputation with this
Oh, wait, these are folks who know
organization.
me?
Well, the organization as a whole knows you, as far as I understand it. Well, I don't know if anyone here specifically does.
Yeah, my assumption was you had credentials for, like, I'm with the army.
Yeah, but the whole idea though was that the Inquisitor took everybody away. So
Oh, is this a Nelfgard base?
yeah, this is the Nelfgard base. So this is the base of the guy that we know is basically doing war crimes, right? He's killing.
Yep.
He's
Okay, so
killing-
then
yeah.
by that, I should be able to, walk through the front door. He might not give me full roam, be like, yo, stay on the west side, don't go over here.
But all the important people are gone. The leaders are going to be with the Inquisitor in town, so that they're not here. The only ones here are going to be a skeleton crew, as far as I understand it. That's why I think if we just take out a single guard in one of the corners, and I don't see we have to kill him, we just have to make it so he can't alert the other guards, right? You silently sap one of the guards, hog tie him and gag him, and infiltrate through the back, and then see if we can find these kids. My point is, there's got to be a skeleton crew here. There's not a full-fledged garrison.
They should
Okay,
be letting people.
So how about this? Y'all can go for the corner and everything, and at the very minimum, I can stay on the outside grabbing attention. Instead of you actually having to knock one, I should be able to get all of them to come to the one side where the gate is. It's easy enough to use.
But I mean,
create illusion.
But if you were a guard and your job is to guard your post, you're not going to abandon your post just because there's some visitor at the front door.
If they're making enough ruckus, yes, you do.
Hey Ford, are you actually going to try to fly your drone through the thing?
No, I was thinking at this point it was more of just us figuring out layout.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, did you want to fly it through while it's invisible to try to get an idea of the layout?
Mm,
The interior layout, you mean?
Yep.
Yeah,
Does it make noise when it's
that's what I was wondering. I'm
Is it
like,
mechanical? Is it magical?
it is mechanical.
Does it like buzz like a hummingbird or something? Like, can it fly through without being detected?
It would need to make a stealth check to try to be quiet, but it would, for all intents and purposes, it would be invisible.
My point is that even if you're unless the distraction at the front gate is violent, which I don't know why we would do that, the other guards aren't going to necessarily leave their post to come see a friendly visitor. You know what I mean? Like,
Doesn't per se have to actually become? Well, again, we did just see a female dragon, so I think that's a nice image that'll get all four of them to run over.
Right, but you just okay, that's what I'm saying. That's two completely different distractions. There's the
Right.
distraction of you being a friendly guy showing up being like, hey guys, remember me? And then versus, oh, okay, there's a big scary dragon at the front door. Those are two different kinds of distractions.
Okay, on a
Yeah.
non-violent way.
Yeah, I'm not saying either one is correct. I'm just
Right,
saying
right,
those
right.
are two different
If
course
I
of
want
distractions.
to at least pull the distraction to get the folks to come, I could essentially pull a Karen. So if you got four guys that we see, someone's got to come. Somebody's already got to come see
Sure.
me. Then
wanna
if I'm
see
making
your
up
supervisor.
ruckus, bring me your manager, bring me to whoever's above you.
Do it.
Eventually, at least the other guy's gonna come. So you got 2 out of 4 that pretty much leaves you at least a wall and a half of area to be able to go into. Shouldn't be an issue.
I like it. Pull a Karen.
So okay.
And then if I really,
okay,
I was
yeah.
like, because again, I should have enough rank. You have no higher ups, so now I just pull a Karen. Like, how dare you make me wait?
So I'm gonna let
I'm
you
not-
know that you don't have rank. The
Yeah,
Inquisitor has rank, and you're part of his attaché. You can act as a proxy when you're given authority to,
Yeah, you can still
but
fake it
you
as
do not
waiting.
have rank or pull.
You
with
mean I
anybody.
get to pull a depender?
Yeah, you do.
Oh yeah,
It's essentially
yeah,
the same.
there we
It's
go.
more. It makes you more of a Karen, right? Like, you know who my boss is.
Do you know who I am? Oh yeah, there you
I
go.
will
Yeah,
tell
Dependa is
the
a
Inquisitor.
military slang
What's your
for
name?
a soldier's wife trying to
Oh,
assume
okay.
her rank and privilege.
Black, my husband.
Wait a
is
minute.
a
What's
colonel.
it called?
You would
Bren-
respect. You
Brenda?
would call us by. I should be addressed by his rank. Ma'am, you're not.
Oh my
you're not
god.
enlisted.
Oh, I'll never want to slap somebody so hard. Anyway,
What is the term?
no, it's okay. Move.
Dependa.
Oh, Dependa. I love
Dependa
it. Okay.
panda, dependa panda, dependopotamus.
Dependopotamus.
Dependopotamus. Okay. Either way, I think
They're
that's a
derogatory
great-
terms directed towards women, and I don't stand for that kind of talk in this game.
No, it's in character and shit. Whatever. Look, the point.
Hey, you can
either
be
way-
a male depender.
That's
You
true.
can,
Yeah,
absolutely.
This is a.
It's purely being either a Karen or Kyle, but being based off your
Military,
believing you're entitled. You're entitled based. You're trying to be entitled off someone else's word.
All I just heard was there's precedent, so I'm okay with it. So it's believable.
It's a thing. It
Definitely.
exists.
It's definitely a thing. So then so I'm okay with it. You're just playing the role of, I'm gonna tell my boss on you, right? Like,
Yes.
I don't outrank you, but my boss does. It's the same difference, right? You're still a Karen. So either way, I like it.
All right.
So the
Love
only,
it. So everybody has an idea of the plan.
yeah. So you
Tell me
create.
who's doing what, and let's make checks.
I say you do your best to get them to, in this picture, the west side of the building,
Okay.
and then so if you're like, I don't know, and then like I said, just do your best, and then we'll try to infiltrate from the east.
Oh, no, that's easy. All right. So
Just start walking around like you own the place.
bring the drone back. I want to go ahead and
Did you
relay
want to
the-
try to fly through the keep at all?
No, I'm not gonna try it. Because I'm gonna need that spell in a second.
You know you don't expend spell slots, right? Every action's pretty much.
Right,
You
but
do
you
you.
said when it's a source relay, that'd be a special.
Yeah, and before you even set foot on the perimeter, you've got a drone that you can keep in invisibility and roll stealth checks for it. I'm
Okay.
not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that this
Right.
is an option to have your drone fly through and kind of get an idea of the layout of the interior.
I don't think we should put them on alert if we don't have to. I don't think the keep
Oh.
is big enough for us to not be able to search it relatively quickly.
Yeah, I was also gonna say I don't want to have them doing the checks, find it, and then raise suspicion already.
Yeah,
At least this way, it's just I'm not stepping foot in. My job is to get them to come over here real fast.
exactly. I like it. Let's do it.
So if anything,
Yep.
have the drone hover in the area above me, just so I can use what was it? Create image for audio to
Well,
just make
yeah.
my voice louder at that point.
I mean, in this case, you're playing yourself, right? You're just playing a
Right.
Terran version of yourself. So if you're known for the drones, there's nothing wrong with them seeing the drone in the first place, right?
Right.
So in theory, the drones would be with you if you're known for it.
All right. So yeah. I'm gonna go ahead up
'Cause in-
towards the gate.
Because
and,
we're
you know,
going with the
catch
presumption
first
that
one's
they know
attention.
who you are, right? Or at least they know who they know that you're an attendant of the Inquisitor.
Yeah, but if everyone's gone, including the Lord of the Manor, they probably wouldn't allow me to come in it. And that'll be my basis of I can figure out a reason to be. I was like be cause of distraction. Either one, you're not letting me in, or two, I want to go here and we can't.
I want to make sure that I'm filling you guys in with as much knowledge and as possible, without giving anything away. So you know that the Inquisitor called for an inspection. So they know the Inquisitor's here, but no one was expecting the Inquisitor.
Right. But they know who the Inquisitor is, and they know that he outranks the commander or whatever.
I was about to say, do they know who the Inquisitor is by face?
They don't know.
Well, they just met him.
No, they would know him if
He
they
got here
saw
before
him,
us.
but they don't know him personally. They didn't know that he was in the area. They just know, hey, the Inquisitor wants an inspection over in town. So they sent the bulk of their soldiers out. It's a big empire. The Inquisitor is one cog in their mighty machine.
Okay, so I'm gonna. I think my
I don't want to discredit your plan. I just
Right.
want to let you know, like,
I
the
think it
clout
wins.
that you think you have is real, but it might not be as effective as you think. It may, and that depends
Well,
on
that's
roles.
what checks are for, yeah. But yeah,
Right.
that's fine. I mean, worst case scenario, we have to bap a few guards if they're dead. Whatever. I mean,
No, worst case scenario, somebody might just get knocked out.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We knock some guards out. It happens. They don't know our faces, right?
Right.
So let's start at the
So-
top of my screen, and we'll figure out what everybody's doing.
All right.
Ford, you're gonna be a face distraction. Got it.
Yes. And
Henry,
I'm gonna keep all three of my drones on.
I am his intimidating bodyguard,
okay.
quiet and ugly.
Are you dressed gonna put on any kind of costumes or disguises?
I mean, you don't have to play anyone. You could just be the friendly neighborhood witcher, right?
Yeah. If they don't
Go
know
and
what
say
a
hi to
witcher
Amy.
is,
I ran into this
Hi,
witcher
Amy.
on the road. Hey,
Hi, guys.
Good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We will.
I like
So Henrik is walking up in Witcher kit as a bodyguard.
yeah,
I met this
Got
witcher
it.
on I met this witcher on the road, and I carried him into escorting me to the keep.
clearly this guy's important. No shit. He's got a witcher.
Henrik, do you have the command skill?
No, but I got intimidating something. I got
was like,
Clarify what
I
that
have,
is, and
I have intimidating presence, and I do have a little bit of command skill.
I have command.
well, give me your command skill with advantage.
All right, I can do that. Oh, that is not helpful. I missed by a lot.
How much is a lot?
Well, with advantage, I got a 9 of 6.
That'd be a critical fail, maybe.
Well, it wasn't a 12.
Well, I mean, if 3 is a crit, then 9 would be a critical fail, wouldn't it?
You tell me, man. It's your system.
Is that
I
how the
don't know.
math works? I don't know. Okay, we'll
So
put that
first-
in my.
Yeah.
I'll put that in my thoughts and considerations. Next on the list.
All
Is
right.
there a crit fail in the system there? Right?
There is an answer for that, but it's a DM question. So I'm not giving it to you.
So
Trying to metagame me? Trying to metagame me?
I'm going to be as close as possible without alerting the guard to the breach in the wall.
On the what side?
on the east side.
Southeast, northeast,
I
up in here?
I forget where the breach was, but yeah, wherever the breach was. Yeah, that right there. So I'll be in this, you know, along the I will
TJ's
be
going with you?
I'll be further
Yep,
south,
yep.
yeah, and hug the water. I can't really see where the edge is, but if you imagine this water continuing in that direction, southeast, then further down the beach, basically.
And TJ's all up in the water. Make it up to about right here.
Yeah, I think that looks good.
And I'm just hoping the distraction is good enough to get this guard out of here.
TJ, you want to
Alright.
give me some kind of stealth check or something?
Okay, give me just a second.
I mean, you're in the water, but if someone decides to like step and pee over the edge,
What skill this applies to stealth?
you tell me how like narrate how you want to be stealthy, and I'll tell you what check you could use.
All right, so yeah, I'm using the forced evolution spell to give myself gills, staying underwater, creeping along towards the break in the wall. I am doing my best to not make any sudden movements as to alert anything that might be above the water.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, that is a 3 on a 2. So
Okay. Hey, things are going really good so far, guys. I'm liking this. Dustin, we're gonna say that you're probably within a movement space to get to this guard,
Okay.
but you're invisible, right?
I have, yeah. Well, yes.
Would you like
I
to-
have like the Batman equivalent of invisibility.
Yes, yes, you do.
So yes. So it's not, yeah, it's non-magical, but it counts as invisibility. So I've got, I'm wearing a not balaclava. What's like a bandana type covering over my face. I've, obscured my, done, what do you call that? Not war paint, but
Sure.
rub the mud just to rough camouflage is what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
Break up my outline a little bit.
So you're
This is-
staying pretty close to the, I don't know,
It's not my first rodeo as far as
tall
stealth
grass.
goes.
You figured
Exactly.
out something.
Basically, I'm
Um,
imagining a sort of lip, a drop off, so to say, like as opposed to a gradual beach. So I'm trying to keep myself low and under the radar.
I think that's effective. Give me a perception check as well.
I just bumped mine a bunch, so I'll take it. Ooh, I got 2 out of 8.
Okay, so TJ, you also got advantage on that check, which actually made you succeed.
well, so it would be double advantage with the check. So because I was already applying the advantage from my what's it called? Enhanced heightened senses.
Oh, okay, so that would be double advantage then.
Oh, okay.
So the two of you are using perception for stealth. Basically, you're looking for those high outcroppings. You're listening for opportunities to move forward, and you're scoping out where you're going to go. Like that place looks like it can hold my body, and I could get to it in a quick interval and then lay flat before the guy turns back this way. So that's how you're using your perception skill to aid you on your stealth. TJ, you're able to move from like kelp bed to kelp bed. Like there's some seaweed, so you might need to take care of that when you're getting out of the water. but you're able to pretty much stay inside of it. You grab some loose mud covered over like the hard shiny spots of your armor, and you're able to move up pretty close. Both of you feel pretty confident that you've made it to your destinations undetected.
Now it's my turn. Get this done.
Have I noticed this guard actually patrol? or
Henrik,
is
you
he
do
just
not feel
stationed?
confident in your intimidating presence. Like you don't even think, like you are so worried and nervous that all these pieces are not going to come together, and you're afraid that it might be showing on your face.
Yeah, I'm really worried
But
about
to alleviate your fears, you can at least take some solace in knowing that you are right. Ford, let's move this story forward, if you will. So you're off the scene a little bit right here. You've got your 3 drones. Are any of them invisible?
Just the one that's a star.
Dustin, your name starts with
Or
a D.
no, right now I don't need any invisible. I need the spells. So none are invisible at the moment.
Henrik, your name starts with an H. Swap you 2 guys out. Because that makes more sense. Yeah. All right. So Ford hiding behind Henrik, flanked by drones, which are very impressive looking. This is the formation you guys assume. You okay with that?
That's fine.
And you want to approach from this angle?
Which way is the gate or the road?
This is the main gate. Looks like it's been
Okay.
ruined.
Yeah, I'll walk towards the main gate from the bottom left side.
Okay, so you're obviously see the guard. The guard obviously sees you. You know there's another guard right here that's kind of just watching you walk right up. And before you get too close to be perceived as threatening, I assume you start talking.
So gonna use create image for the audio. Well, actually, no. First, also, yeah, create audio. Hear ye. Head researcher Heimerdinger has a. Oh wait, no, we're going by regular names. Head researcher Ford has arrived. Present thyself under inquisitory order.
If you're making me.
So is
make
this a
choice-
command?
Yes.
Roll
Hello.
it. See what happens.
I love it.
You're gonna have a disadvantage on this.
Two.
I'm just gonna say, this is not,
Four.
this is nothing.
2 and 4 out of 7. So you did take away my critical, but you know.
GG, what'd you say?
I was just gonna say, if you think he's playing this up, you should have seen some of the characters that he's running my games.
Spores will forever go down.
I believe it. So Henrik, you've definitely not aided this operation, but it seems like Ford's covered your lack of aid. You hail the guards. The guards they respond affirmative. They see you, they recognize you. They're like, this guy over here. He says, approach and present your credentials, please.
So with this, I'm gonna go for Miguel to manipulate the conversation in my favor.
Sure.
Um,
Do you approach?
Yes.
but at this point, it's going to be
Straight Karen. But
Entered full Karen mode.
yeah, full Karen. I was like, because I just said present yourself to me, and then he's gonna tell me to come here and present credentials. So present my credentials. My credentials. Did you not hear that I am here under orders of the Inquisitor? You Matter of fact, who is here? Who is in charge? Who is your well, not manager at this point.
It's a commanding officer.
Who is your commanding officer? I will have you scrubbing both toilets after I take a fresh dump by the end of this day.
Wonderful. So that's definitely going to be a command. Like
Man.
there's no disguising that.
Or is this one under disadvantage as well?
No, you've got rid of your disadvantage.
Okay, 4 out of 7 again.
Okay. So yeah, he definitely looks like flustered about this. It's like, sir, I mean no disrespect, but I can't. Like, this is procedure. I need to see your credentials, and then be glad to accommodate you.
Okay. Enough. My credentials. At this point, I want to go ahead and utilize create image for the audio to project this with the drones so that to try to garner more attention. I asked for all guards to present themselves. I am now being talked down by a measly peasant of a soldier to tell me to present my credentials. Where are yours?
He's going to reassert that he'd love to be in compliance, but he needs proof. He's not
At this
backing
point,
down from this.
I'm not trying to win this. I'm trying to get more guards to come.
I understand. And you're definitely causing a ruckus. You've succeeded in that.
All right.
But he's
You know
still going to assert, like, I understand your position, but without proof of who you are and why you're here and what you're doing, I cannot comply. We're still under threat of war and invasion. This is, military protocol. All that. Apologies, but this cannot be. There's no way around this. How do you respond? First, with that drone going off the way that it did, Dustin, you definitely hear what's going on. You can tell that this guard up here is going to walk down and start to kind of flank out.
Perfect. I spring into action and try to.
So
make
about
the
right
wall.
here where he can see.
All right, I'll see if with him distracted, if I can make it into the building.
You want to make it into the building.
Yeah.
Okay, you come around to this corner. Oh, of course. I layered that. You see, it looks like a ruined abbey. Like this was a fort. This is probably where they held church services. There's a dais up there.
Okay. I'm gonna just as I kind of run past, I'm gonna grab a rock and throw it into the water. I don't know if I can see him or not, but I'll give him a signal to come out too.
You want to come up to here?
Yeah, well, I want to signal TJ.
Okay.
So I want to make the corner so that the guard below me can't see me. But then as soon as I'm, got my back pressed to the wall, I'll throw a stone into the water, signal.
Okay, you come around here. You throw a stone in the water. Looks like there's a couple more guards. And this chick right here. I want you guys to see my art.
Enhance.
Oh, no. Oh,
But you say I don't normally draw pants? Come on, man.
oh, no.
No, he said enhance.
Oh, enhance. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Little
Totally
CSI
better than what I was
zoom
thinking.
in humor. Just keep zooming. There'll be more details.
Enhance.
So it looks like there's some 2 guards sleeping. And you see her kind of come over here and
Is she a military
rustle
person?
them awake. I'm sorry?
Does she look like a military person or like a civilian?
Do you have any way of telling the difference?
Well, I see what that card looks like as far as uniform.
She doesn't look like a guard.
Doesn't look like, but is she in a uniform?
She's in some really nice black armor.
Oh, okay. That's a
Here,
good. That's a
Let me
good
just
thing.
try this again. This is what you see.
Well, I know, but I don't know what the guard looks like.
You recognize this emblem,
Oh, okay, that's good enough.
but it's not displayed. Trying to think.
I
I
mean,
don't
if
know,
she
do you
looks.
want to make some kind of check, like a lore or something?
Well, I mean, sure. Can I use perception to just tell the difference between the guard and the guard's emblem? I assume the guard has an iconography on.
They have the same emblem
That's good enough.
enlarged on their tabards.
That's all I need to know. Okay. If she's gonna wake them up, that's even better. I'll just stay here and wait for TJ.
Okay, so you
I-
hear this stuff. This is going on. I think it's probably time for TJ to kind of come out of the water. Now this is going to present a challenge. TJ, you're in a unique position of being soaking freaking wet. Water drops on stone. I don't know if you care about that. I mean, you know it's a thing. Do you want to take any special kind of precautions?
Hang on, let me see. Let me look at what I got available to me. Let's see. Okay, before I make a decision, so I can.
You're still
see-
in the water. Like, you know that if you get up and start dripping water onto stone, that might give everything away. So I'm not going to force that on you. Like, I'm going to let you choose what you're going to do before we get to that point.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely not stealthy build.
You could just hang out
So-
there and you
Oh,
could just hang out there and be backup.
actually, yeah, so what I'm gonna do, instead of moving, I'm gonna stay stationary and, let me see. Did I have it listed? Did I have it listed? There's the. Yes. Can I cast haste on Dustin?
No.
No? Okay. Okay.
Not from where you're
so-
at.
Not from where I'm at. Okay.
You're going to have to lay hands.
Lay hands. Okay.
Do I have time to give him a visual cue? You know, like 3 around the corner type thing.
I'm sorry?
I don't know how the timing works exactly as far as turns, but I just want to give him a silent, 3. I see 3 around the corner. And then
Sure. You knew to look for him there because you threw the rock at him. As he as he breaches the water, you kind of hold up your hand and 3, and then
and I'll give
kinda-
him I'll just give him the hold symbol, like stay right there,
Sure.
So he, like you said, so he doesn't leave a water trail.
And this is
Alright.
happening pretty quick. Again, we're about to go back to forward to see how things move forward.
Perfect.
TJ's brought up to there. Dustin, you're brought up here. You've seen this whole Abbey area. There are 2 guards sleeping. She woke them up. There's still kind of echoes and reverberations from Ford. Henrik, are you doing anything?
I'm just the silent, ugly guy with Ford, sticking with that.
You guys can see
Oh,
into this area
again.
too.
And know my point is to pull distraction. So I'm gonna start heading west or to the left off the image and go with wait. Why am I even arguing with a man who's going to be fired soon? I'm going to go talk to the man himself
To who?
and begin walking that way.
Okay, you take about 5 steps and he's gonna tell you to halt. It's like until you present some kind of evidence to prove who you are, I'm gonna need you to stay in place. If you take another step, I'm gonna be forced to fire. He sounds very nervous about this whole thing, but he's
I'm gonna-
pretty insistent on what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna take a step towards him, hand out, other hand on sword hilt. What does he mean by fire? Like
He
he's
has a
got
bow.
bow and arrow. All right.
Or a crossbow, sorry. No, yeah, it is a bow. I decided.
All right. I'll
It's
put
written.
myself between him and Ford.
Which you pretty much already are.
Fire, you say? Okay, so I see it hasn't gone through that little peon of a brain you have. You do realize the moment you harm a single hair upon me, your entire family will be hung off the bleachers, and I will sit there and watch with delight. Do it.
Okay, so this drone's gone. And this drone's gone. You see an arrow fly from off here, and you hear another arrow come up from behind you. And seeing the two drones hit the ground, this guy, he's going to draw his spear. Now we're in initiative. Congratulations. Just for housekeeping, I just want to let you know that there's nothing wrong with what you guys did, but I did like there was a procedure that wasn't met, checks and balances, and as intimidating as you absolutely were, which is why he's not the one that fired on you. This is how this was going to go if you weren't going to show papers. So let me see. Good
I should have just threw
reflexes.
something. He probably couldn't read anyway.
I was gonna
Henrik.
say, don't you actually have
Sir.
credentials?
Roll your reflex.
Roll my
Like actually roll it.
2 under 8.
2. Okay, so do you want to go first or last?
I want to go first.
You got it, my friend. Guards. And because you guys weren't expecting it and those 2 archers were ready, that's what happened. The guard is going to raise an alarm and we're going to go into combat. Dustin, you starting it off.
I crossed the. Well, I don't really know there's combat, so I'm gonna even if
Yeah,
there was
you do. He raised the alarm. Like you hear, we're under attack.
Okay, well, I still don't want to engage 3 like that. I'm gonna cross the gap.
Like right here.
Yeah, onto that little smaller chamber on the left there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like around, you want to come to here and kind of
And-
take a halt, or
yeah.
you want to just run
I'll
into that room?
I'll go ahead and run to the room. It's fine.
Into the room. So that's going to give us
I'm
10
still
right here.
stealth. I mean, is it a closed door or is it just an open hallway?
No, it's open.
Then I'll just if it's not a closed door, I'll stop and look around the corner.
So about right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming up here, you saw that there's a guy who's just kind of chilling out right here. And just see what he looks like. He doesn't really look like this, but pretty dang close. He looks like Arn from Final Fantasy X. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Nice.
Go back
Same.
down. Go back down.
Does he have the same emblem on him somewhere?
Yeah, he does. We'll say it's on his shoulder pad. I wanted to draw him, but I never got a chance to. So filler image. He looks like a tough hombre. I would say he even looks like my character if I was a player. That means absolutely nothing to you, so don't worry about it. All right. So that was 2 actions to get to there. What are you doing with your third action, my friend?
Shit. This is difficult. Well, I'm still invisible. Can I go through his square invisible?
You can try.
I'm gonna go ahead and try and get into that third room.
You know, yeah, okay.
Maybe a reflex save or something to squeeze past him without brushing up against him.
So that'll bring you right here. Actually, no, I'm sorry. What am I doing? Okay, yeah, you get back here. It looks like there is. He's not in here. No, yeah, he's not in here. He was supposed to be him. That's why he's a capital G. So you're able to squeeze by, but as
Well,
you go by,
Mhm.
huh?
I was gonna say, I don't know if I can see that the room is empty. I don't need to go in.
No. There's a stairwell that leads down.
Oh, this is down. Oh, okay. Okay.
Anyway,
yeah. Then
the
I'll
thing
go-
of it
I'll
is
go my
as you
full
pass
movement
him,
down then. Oh,
as
sorry.
you pass him, you see that his eyes are glowing and he's looking at you. Walk past him. It's like, the fuck?
Oh, he tracks me.
He's tracking you. That's your
Um,
turn. Henrik.
So do I have enough movement to go downstairs?
No, man, you're done.
Okay.
That was 10 actions to get here, 11, 12. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's really not a place. I would say when you notice him looking at you, I give you the benefit of your hit and run if you wanted to.
No, I don't want to attack him.
Okay,
Not yet, anyway.
moving on to the next one. Henrik.
Absolutely, the
So
kids.
this all got kicked off with what somebody launching something, the sound of a bow twang, something like that.
Yeah,
The drones got shot out of the air.
The drones got shot.
2 of them.
All right. So it's Stone Rage and Dodge, and I'm effectively right next to Ford, right?
I would imagine, and I don't want to make this assumption for you, I would have imagined that your concentration effect was probably already up when the pucker factor went off.
I was gonna write my rules of engagement are if something starts to smell fishy, Stone Rage goes up. Otherwise, it's heightened senses. Right, one or the other is always on. Is my default operating mode. And
Okay, then I'll let you determine. Like, we'll just do it normal. Actions is normal.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I'll pay all the costs right now. So Stone Rage, Dodge, and keeping an eyeball out because I assume I'm about to spend my reaction to block something. So I'm gonna hold my third.
Okay. Next up. This elf takes a step. Actually, yeah. This elf's gonna take a step forward and a very cool, gravelly voice, very Clint Eastwood of him. He's gonna say, "That's an impressive trick, my friend, but it won't work in this scenario." And he is going to draw his longsword and slash at you. which as soon as I look it up on my sheet, I'll tell you exactly what that does.
2d3.
No, a Jatsu.
Oh, that's nasty. That should be illegal.
It what? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
He's pulling a martial arts move from a sword-based martial arts.
Well, what did you say though? I didn't catch what you said.
Ijatsu.
Oh, Ijatsu. Gotcha.
So let's see, what is his critical effect? Hang on, I'm looking at my, okay, here it is. Okay. So it doesn't matter because he's already got a penetrating blow on you. Dustin,
Does my evasion help me here? I can't remember.
it doesn't. It does save
Okay.
you from the critical effect, but it does, you still gonna get hit.
Okay.
So you're gonna take 6, 7, 8, 9 damage that bypasses your damage reduction.
I don't have any anyway.
So he does not. Yeah. So I built each. Okay, I'm not gonna tell. We'll talk about this after combat. That's 2 actions for him because he took a step forward. He does not have hit and run like you do, but he was able to get that off. And then he's gonna attack you once more. What's your evasion?
I'm gonna use my reaction to combat roll.
Like I guess against the wall.
No, downstairs.
The door's closed, or you're not going to be able to get downstairs, but you can tell that there's a door that leads downstairs because there's
Oh.
nowhere else. You know that this wall ends, like there's no other rooms adjoining to it because you scouted the perimeter. There is a door right here, but it's closed, and you imagine it can only lead down.
That makes sense. Okay.
We'll even call it a barred door. You know, it's got bars on it, so you can see that, hey, this goes down to the basement.
Then I just ride up to it. It's fine.
Okay,
Just
right.
so I'm prepared for next when it's my
See.
turn again.
See you in the corner.
Can I talk or do I have to wait till my turn?
You can talk as free action.
I'm gonna say
You can't
you're.
make any checks though.
Oh, okay. I'm not drawing my weapon. Just say you're attacking a representative of the Inquisitor. I would
Actually, no. He's
I would
gonna
not
stay.
continue your actions. Well, he'd be out of actions anyway, right? Because he moved, attacked.
Yeah, he moved. He did 1, 2, and then he's gonna use his other action to do something else that's really cool. All right.
So I throw my arms up and being like, "You're attacking the representative Inquisitor." I would stop. I mean, you no harm.
Henrik. This lovely lady comes out the door.
Hmm.
She pulls out these daggers that are very keen looking.
Someone's gonna get cut, and it might be me.
Do you have any disadvantages on you or on her?
Not.
It looks like she just throws them. All right. So you are going to take 4 damage. And now the interesting thing about this is though they are 2 separate hits,
Mhm.
they total 4 damage, and you're gonna apply your damage reduction to that total, not to them individually.
Got it.
But I believe you have a DR of 4, right?
I have a total DR of 5.
Okay, so yeah, these daggers come flying at you, and they go funk funk, and you do note that is odd. Like that seems like they have a lot more penetration than they should, being tiny little daggers.
Yeah.
But they still don't actually break through your armor.
I assume they're like stuck in things.
No, it's funny because they are stuck, and then they immediately disappear and show up back in her hands.
Shit. So I'm gonna do that.
Dibs. Just
Love
saying.
Love it, love it, love it.
Sitting here like they all start opening fire. We never had to go to combat. Even now, we can still just be like, really? Really?
I haven't. Yeah, nobody's attacked anything yet.
As far as I'm concerned, no one's been hurt yet. It doesn't have to go this way.
Well, I got hurt.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
that.
nothing about that side. I
I'm
don't know
very,
nothing
I'm
about
very
that
hurt.
side.
Yeah.
We talking about all this on the front.
Okay. Ford, you've got Sanctuary, right?
Yes.
Not yet.
Yeah, because I said I was walking up with that to make them not attack me. Figured it.
Okay. One flies over your head, the other one hits you. You're going to take.
Do I have the option of using that shield other ability to snag that or
Do you
parry?
have it?
I have both parry and shield other.
Okay, then we've had this conversation. So you're gonna take 3 damage. And Hendrik, you want to use a reaction to parry that down?
Yeah. Yes, I would. That's exactly what I want to do. What the fudge?
So roll an attack roll.
An attack roll?
Yeah.
I thought parry, I just,
It's a reaction, but you still have to attack it, and then
the check says NA.
it does. Okay, well then we'll just say it doesn't. Then you won't do that. So roll 2d3.
All right, so 2d3, that's 3. And that's 2. So 5.
Okay, one arrow looks like it's going to go high, and you ignore that one. And the other one, right as it seems like it's about to slam into Ford, you flick your wrist and turn the flat of the blade, and it just shatters on your sword. No damage went through.
I did my job. Now it's time for the owies.
Okay, so with that happening, this guy comes down here, and he looks like he is pulling back his bowstring to let off a mighty attack. This guy comes over here.
Mighty attack.
Looks like he's doing the same thing, pulling back his. Actually, you know what? I take that back. So they come down, they pull their bowstring, and both of these guys yell, "Get him, Zan!" With that, 2.
Can I mutter something under my breath here to like Ford? We need cover.
Okay, so you're gonna take 4 attacks. These magical daggers start flying at you.
Shit balls.
One of them's a crit.
That's including my dodge.
Yeah,
Okay.
one's a crit. The rest of them are just regular hits. So that's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with yeah, 9, 10. 10 damage. And all of the daggers add up to 1 singular attack.
That was 1.
So your damage reduction only
Yeah.
applies against the total.
10. Got it.
And what is your damage reduction and what are your sources?
So it's light armor plus armor training plus thick hide plus stone rage. So 5.
Okay, so you're gonna take 5 damage.
I've marked down 5.
Tracking
I
like a
have,
choo-choo train.
I have some owies.
So that's 1, 2, 3. And this guy is gonna come in here. Dustin, you hear some talking. Seems like one of the guards from up here has come in and come to check on this fella here. And he basically tells like, hold your position. Let's see how this plays out. So you know there's a guard somewhere around outside of your view.
Sorry, the guard says that to him, or he says that to the guard.
The guard says, sir, heard the alarm, sounds of battle. And he says, hold your position. Let's see how this plays out. TJ.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, and
Points on my reflex.
I already know how this is going to turn out, and it's going to suck.
Just
I'm
real
gonna-
quick, I just want to say this before, like, yes, you go last, but you go twice as much. You make up for it by going six, or like, what is it, six actions in your turn?
No,
Five
I shut
actions.
down 2 of my things. It's me and one.
Oh
turn.
yeah, that's you still got one left. Oh man, that sucks. All right, go
I'm
ahead.
over here sitting like
Sorry, I didn't mean to put a pin in you. Tell me how you're gonna fail epically. I'm kidding. I'm not jinxing you. Tell me what you got.
talking to
Did we lose
Thompson,
him?
right?
TJ, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so can I hear what happened to Dustin? First of all, before
I'm gonna say no because he's not talking. I mean, he's Clint Eastwood and he's not shouting. You
Okay.
heard a guard come in and say something, and that was about it. You don't see the guard yet, though.
Okay, so I am aware that stuff is starting to hit the fan, right?
As far as you're concerned, you heard
They sent the general alarm. They said,
You-
we're under attack.
you heard the attack. You heard Ford talking. You heard the call to attack. You might have heard them say, "Get him, Zan."
Okay.
It would have been
so-
it would have been an echo through this big hallway. But yeah,
Okay, so the door across the ways from me, can I visually see that?
yeah,
Like, is there a direct line of sight to that?
yes.
Okay. Okay, I want to blink over to the door.
Blink.
All right, so I want to go through the door and go to the center of the room.
Now you see this guy.
Okay. So does he notice me? Does he notice me?
I'm standing in the corner with my hands up.
Depends on what I don't know.
Okay, do I see Dustin?
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, how do I want to do this? Okay, I'm just going to assume the worst, and I'm going to rush the guy, and I'm going to use leech life on him.
Okay.
All right. Okay, how does spell damage work? Is it just like half my potency, or
Does it say that you need to do a melee attack or a melee attack on him? Or is it a potency attack? Check.
it's a potency short range?
Okay. So it's just what you do then. Roll your potency check to see if it comes off. And tell me what the effect is.
Okay. All right, that's a 2 on an 8.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm literally just gonna go up. I'm gonna like slam, or not really slam, but jab my rod into him, and he's going to just like feel everything draining into my rod.
Okay.
Hmm.
So what do you do? Like, is that a damage effect?
Yes, so the full effect is I would steal HP to heal myself, but I'm at full HP right now, so I'm just stealing HP from him.
Sure. Okay, so you go to do that, and you say you hit him with your rod or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so he grabs your rod with his gauntleted fist that has a jewel similar to the one in your rod. And as you're starting to leech the life out of him, it stops abruptly and nothing happens. But there's like this huge magical aura between your rod and his gauntlet. And it seems like he's canceling the effect somehow, pretty much the same way you do with your rod when you do when someone does a magic attack on you.
Oh, oh boy.
Oh snap.
So that's 2 actions. No, that's 3 actions. Because you move, you blink, you move, and then you
Poked.
did your special attack. So that's you. Ford, last but not least, but slightly less than he was a minute ago when he had 3 drones.
I'd say like we still can't run a diplomatic version on this.
I'm pretty sure.
You're saying you're pretty sure we can't.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you can't try.
Okay.
Do you got some credentials you want to pull out?
Did we address
That's
it?
pretty much going to be the key
That's
here.
what we addressed. I was like,
Yeah,
wait,
well,
do
hold
I
on.
actually have these credentials?
I thought we. I specifically asked the question. Nobody answered me. Does he have credentials? Like, would he not? Why wouldn't he? Right. I mean, he's been traveling with the.
Do you have the peppers?
He's been traveling with the Inquisitor already, so I don't know what he does and doesn't have, but that's
Yeah, okay, so I answered this in saying that he has no clout except for who he travels with. If he can prove that he's the Inquisitor's aide, then yeah, I don't think he has anything that he can prove that with. Unless you got like a book that's autographed by him. No, yeah, no, I'm gonna say no. Like, it was never a thing that was thought to be done. Like Ford's authority within this party is he is here as a proxy witness to to go back and report to the Inquisitor what happened.
for
and
this
was everything
situation.
done
I'm
on the
talking
up and
about
up?
before this. He's been here. He's been with the organization for years, right?
I understand this, and I'm answering this question. He has no clout except for who he is adjacent to. Right now, he is not physically adjacent to the Inquisitor, and unless he has some kind of proof of who he is and what his station is,
So,
like I said, the main guard was very
Okay.
intimidated and wanted
Yeah.
to comply in all the ways, but without paperwork, which he asked for several times, that wasn't produced. Yeah, this is where we're at.
right. I just wanted specifically an answer that no, he doesn't have them. That's all.
That
I
is my
wanted to-
specific
yeah,
answer. Is
okay.
no, he
That's
does
fine.
not.
That's fair.
Do I know what the symbol is for the Inquisitor because I travel with him?
It's the same as in everybody. It's like it's on the same one on the
Ah.
tabard.
Oh.
It's the
Okay, I
Nilfgaard,
was thinking
the
it was
Black
like a
Sun.
specific variation.
Nope.
Like how there's houses, they all might have a slight
He has a signet
variation.
ring. That's usually he just kind of like wave instead of waving by, he waves with the back of his hand, and people like see the ring and they're like, "Oh, okay."
Do I know what the signet is?
Give me a lore check. You're a smart guy.
4 out of 7. This thing is staying on 4s.
Hey, that only favors you until you roll damage, which you really don't. Yeah, you know what it looks
Okay.
like.
Okay. I guess at this point I gotta go for diplomatic, but keep the Karen in. All right, create image. Have you lost your mind? Here, is this enough? Use create image to create the signet.
Okay.
It is on the machine, which I will point out you just destroyed 2 of. Ew.
So they look really confused. Give me some kind of check to back this up. Like you've got the image. We're happy there, but like give me some kind of check to. And I'm afraid you have this at disadvantage because we're in the middle of a fight.
Despite my passive of influence without disadvantage, would that cancel out?
Okay, so that was in the initial thing. Henrik kind of messed up your idea of being intimidating, but you were to recover that. So you're no longer at disadvantage from that. But you're trying to stop a fight in the middle of sword,
Got you.
swords and bows being drawn and thrown. So now you're at a different type of disadvantage, but
Okay.
not suffering from the disadvantage from Henrik.
Oh no, I meant like my actual racial passive says you can influence creatures without a disadvantage.
It's creatures, not people's.
Got you. All right.
Most people can't really talk to like animals or don't know what to do. You do. You roll a 12, right?
No, I rolled a 4.
Ah, that's awesome. That's great.
Hold on. I still got to.
So with disadvantage, that's going to be a 6.
3.
3 what?
So I got a 3 and a 4.
How?
Disadvantage doesn't work like it does in
No, yeah, you're
Yeah.
going to add 2 to your check. So that 4 becomes a
Oh.
6.
Okay. Was that still under command? Because that's 6 out of 7 then.
Yeah, that works. So yeah, all of the guards are looking, they're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And they look at Zan, or who assume this woman, you assume, I guess, is her name is Zan. And Zan looks at you and she's like, yeah, we should probably just kill him at this point. It'd be easier.
What?
I mean, they're already committing war crimes, so
Is
they're
Zan
already
the
pretty
chick
fucked.
throwing daggers?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she threw daggers, and I thought her turn was over, and then someone else said, "Get him, Zan," and then she threw more. Is that right?
Right.
Okay.
What's the name of that? It's the under
Goat ally.
Yeah. It's
goat ally.
I'm
She had
like-
two people goaded her to throw even more daggers.
cool.
So hey, I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want to. God, I hate this. I want to spoil everything.
No, no
Tell me
spoiler.
what else you do with your turn. You did your special action to cast the image. We'll say that you spend an action trying to command, which is where you made that check. So you've got another action and a drone on standby.
That lady's trouble, Ford.
Yeah, but at this point. Okay.
You might be able to win the guards over. You're gonna have to fight her ass, but
We may have, I was like, her specifically, but that may have stopped the guards. Okay, so they're aware of the signet. I just said this. You said during the action. She specifically is saying it's easier.
I
So I'm
love this.
assuming
You know
that's
what? I want to stop you right there. Give me a Kismet check, and then go ahead and finish what you were gonna say.
Kismet.
Kismet.
Kismet. Oh God.
I like me some Kismet.
See how lucky you are.
Yeah, I don't like Kismet. That was not. I'm a science man. I don't believe in luck.
that's a great.
Bruh,
reason.
if there was ever a time for this dice to keep rolling forwards, this is now. I seriously believe this dice is loaded now. Outside of the 12 at the very beginning.
Got another
rolled-
4?
the fifth 4 in a row.
What's your Kismet?
5.
Hey man, you feel lucky. You actually feel like some of the guards are listening and won't follow through with the command to go ahead and kill you all. You don't know which ones, but
What's
you kind
that?
of got the idea that that niggling idea in the back of your head probably was effective. Like you don't think all the guards are fully on board with attacking you guys anymore.
Okay.
What's that?
Don't know
speech?
which ones.
What's that speech from Ender's Game? It's like, common soldiers have never gone to prison for war crimes, but their commanders sure have. You don't want to join them?
Great reference. Thank you.
Damn, that is awesome.
I haven't seen that, but that was a very good one. Convincing argument.
No, we can save your lives. These
So I
commanders
think
are-
that leaves
if you help
with
us
the-
arrest, I know I'm kind of feeding you now, but if you're, if you help arrest, the committers of crimes, we'll get you off.
That leaves you with a an action and a drone.
So I'm going to hold action for I was like for condition. I was like conditions. And then pretty much have my drone use its action for grand advantage.
To you or
Yes.
to Henry?
To me, because I'm trying to stop this right now.
Okay, well, it's not going to give you like social advantage, but
No,
Okay.
I meant because we do have some, and I my only option was essentially leave him and go invisible, which would be a very
well, you already used your special action to cast that image.
right, which I'm like, that would have been a messed up way to go about it. So
You
I'm
should
like, all
probably
right,
still do that.
have to just make sure I live the round. So at this point, I like what Dustin was going with. Like, you have your. I was like, what was the? What was the
You've
line?
made your check. Like you've effectively made your check, and that luck tells you that it has paid off. You just don't know which guards are going to be hesitant moving forward. You got a feeling, like you feel lucky.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna just give myself the advantage and hold action.
Gotcha. Dustin, what you got, my bro? You see TJ come up, you see this guy catch his rod. The spell effect seems like it goes off and then transfers into his gauntlet.
Have I, or what kind of action would it be to test the door? Or to open the door?
It looks like it's locked. So you'd have to
Okay.
spend some time picking a lock, which you can't do in a round. This isn't D&D.
And it's like metal bars, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Dustin, how much damage did you take again?
If you were a kidnapped child, you
9.
would probably feel safe hiding down this locked downward passage.
Yeah, I mean, how much of the combat am I aware of?
What's in front of you?
Just this combat, right? Not what's going on outside.
You heard him raise the alarm.
That's okay. I'm going to say, whoa. Everybody take a breath. Let's there's nothing to fight over yet, right? That guy outside's an asshole, but he ain't lying. We're here with the Inquisitor. And all right. I'm gonna put more I'm gonna put more command into it that, hey, you really should back off, right? It's time to stand down. So can I try and convince this guy that it's not worth the fight?
You can. I'm gonna tell you right now because again, like I would normally do this close, but you're gonna be at disadvantage.
With disadvantage, I got 7 out of 8.
Okay. So
And I still haven't drawn a weapon.
that's a good point. TJ has though, but that's okay. He considers what you say. It looks like he's deciding something, but he doesn't quite answer you just yet. That's not fair. I don't want you to waste your turn. He's like, no, if you're with the Inquisitor, you have to die. We can leave no witnesses.
Oh,
Well,
if he says that, okay. I guess that answers my question.
Oh no.
Talking's over. Okay, I'll just I'll hit and run up to him. and I'll just go ahead and attack him.
Is there a,
Right, so before when you get to about right here, roots come up burst through the ground and grab your ankles.
Roots from the, okay. I can still hit him from there.
Sure.
And then so I just won't close, I guess. Do they restrain me or just stop my current
They
movement?
stop your movement.
But like, does it persist or is it just like they've stopped me for this movement?
You are currently grasped by roots.
Okay, fair enough. I can reach him though, so I'll just attack him. It's fine. I rolled a 3, which is a crit for me. Unless I have some sort of, well, even with disadvantage, that would still be a crit.
Okay.
So, and then I'm gonna use Bell
Wait.
Ringer.
You said hold on. So he's got 4. So add 4 to whatever you rolled.
So 7 out of 10. So just a regular hit then.
Okay.
Ooh, there we go. Yeah, so that's max damage. So 6
Very nice.
points of
Doesn't-
damage, and then
Doesn't
I'll-
look like even half of it went through, but some of it did.
Okay, good to know. And then, and my second attack is a 1, which with a +4 is 5 out of 10. So that's still a crit. Correct?
Yes.
So then I will use, instead of Bell Ringer, I will use not what the hell is it called? Penetrator? What the hell is it called? The one that reduces DR. Penetrating blow.
Okay.
So it's not, so 2 and 3 is 5 total on that one.
Okay. So 5 and the other. Got it. That definitely looks effective. In fact, it looks so effective that he's going to try to parry some of that. You said you did 5. He parries, but some of that still goes through to him.
Okay. I don't know what parry means exactly, but okay. What is
You go
parry?
to hit him, and he blocks it with his sword, but the tip of your scythe still pierces in on his shoulder.
Where does parry come from? Is that a combat thing?
Comes
Where's
from his
it?
weapon.
Oh, his weapon. Okay,
Well, you wouldn't know that. I'm telling you, it comes from his weapon.
gotcha. Fair enough. That's all I got. That's my 3 actions.
Okay. Henry.
is there cover? The wagon is,
Yeah.
we're on the wagon, in the wagon, around the wagon, in front of the wagon.
What wagon?
Yeah, what wagon?
Dude, I thought.
No, the wagon went to town. The carriage.
I thought Dr. Ford was in the carriage. Okay, we are wagonless. Cover,
It was the Inquisitor's wagon.
I mean, everything you see in front of you is in front of you.
kick up some scrap wood. I don't know, something.
Just run behind the half wall.
Ford, how
I'm gonna say
portable are
run
you?
away. Oh,
Like right here.
I don't want a meta game.
Like this looks like a ruined wall. Yeah, you get cover if you got over here.
I recall Ford being rather small.
Very small.
Grab and go.
Okay. You got an action to scoop him up. And then, oh, no, that's a right click. Then you come over here.
Yeah, I want a little bit of cover. I want a few less arrows.
That's 2 of your actions.
Dodge.
Dodge. Very nice.
Really wish you hadn't. taken
Doesn't have to
it.
go this way. I put a little bit of menace in that one.
If you want to make a check, you're welcome to.
I mean, I used all my actions.
You picked him up. You brought him over. Oh, and then you dodged. Yeah,
Dodged,
okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
It's just flavor.
Their turn. So Let's see.
I hope you can blast them all
Thought I
for it.
convinced them. They don't nobody care no more.
Well, they haven't attacked yet. They're just moving in.
Feel like that one that got scared is probably the one who was like, you know what? I don't think we should be doing this.
This is your last chance to surrender. I promise a quick and painless death, says the woman in front of you. Ah, well then. So dodging, what is your reflex?
8.
8, so you're going to be adding 4 to all my rolls.
Yeah.
That is an effective tactic.
That's what I got.
So that gives me an 8 out of 10. A 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. 12 plus 4 is 16 out of 10. So that's 2 out of 3. That's 7. 4. That's a hit. 4 out of 5. That's a miss. So she just
Machine guns, some daggers.
4 attacks. This is nice. Okay, so that's not too bad.
Wait,
It's a lot of minimum damage.
Warren?
Huh?
Who's she aiming at?
She's aiming at him. So that's 2, 4, 6 damage total.
And her attacks count as. Wait, never mind.
Yeah. So that was 6 on your dice, right?
Actually, wait. Yeah. No, that's correct.
All right.
6 on my dice, -5 is 1 damage,
All right.
right? And then 2. To miss. That is not a crit, but it's still a hit. Big aim. Arrow comes flying at you. Wow, this is great minimum damage. I love this. So that's going to be 2, 4, 6 -5 equals 1 damage from 2 arrows, or actually 1 arrow that comes in from one of the guards. And then 2 of the guards did not attack you.
All right.
And the other 2, after taking a powerfully aimed charge shot at you, like, come on, Sam, get him. That's 2, 3 out of 4. There's my max damage. Well, on 2 of them anyway. So it's going to be 6, 7 damage -5. So another 2. So that's going to be what, a total of
How much total came through that time?
2 came through.
Oh, okay. Sorry, gotcha. I'm bleeding from a few places.
We're looking good though. We're looking good. So that's all the guards that are down here. Then this guard, he comes in, and here in the it's like, sir, what are your orders? And then the elf is gonna say, take him down. Wait,
Question.
before I do anything.
Hey,
What's your
before you
question?
end up jumping to the other combat, one question. If I'm being held, does
You're
that
not.
still-
He dropped you as soon as he got there.
No.
Oh,
This was like drag you into position, let go of you. Like I'm not trying to interfere with what you need to do.
So, all right. The elf is going to touch you, TJ, with his gauntlet. And there's a powerful spell effect that comes over you. And it's not one that, it's not one that you're going to be able to absorb because it's not an actual damage. This is an effect that is upon you. Your concentration is broken. So what concentration effect did you have in place at the time?
So I didn't have a concentration effect. Could I counterspell it?
That is a great question. Yes, you can.
All right, so I'm gonna counterspell it. Alex, and I'm just gonna shoot him a cheeky grin, like, we're gonna be here all day, aren't we?
Bonus points if you say it in Elvish.
You know what? I am.
Roll it.
Okay. All right, that's a 7, and my charm's
Here.
8.
Potency.
Potency? Oh, a 7 on an 8.
That is good enough. So the effect that was starting to wash over you was let me see. It was a key block. And I mean, we're talking about like Avatar: The Last Airbender. He's trying to block your chi, and it like swarms all over you, and then you just blast back, and he is without bending. He cannot use concentration effects, nor can he use special actions. That almost happened to you, but now that it's happened to him, with that little quip that you said in Elvish, realizing what's just happened, he said, no, I'll relent. And he kind of waves at the guard to like hold his fire. I'm still gonna give you your turn. So we'll so what you're gonna do with that, but that's what he does with his one action. You completely turn the tide on him, and he's ready to surrender. So now we're going to go to this guard is going to hold his actions because he was told to, which brings us to you. Ball's in your court.
Okay, so I'm just gonna give him a slight nod. I'm gonna walk past him over to Dustin. And I'm gonna cast heal on Dustin.
Okay, Dustin. Oh, by the way, as soon as that happens to him, no, you're still bound. Go ahead, but you're healed. So roll a potency check.
Okay.
And Dustin, roll a tenacity check.
Stay awake, Dustin.
So, oh, that's a crit. 3 on an 8.
Very nice.
I got 8 out of 8.
Okay. Well, the feeling of euphoria from opiate hands comes. He's got the morphine touch, kind of washes over you. You feel a great intense pain relief. It almost makes you swoon. Being grasped by these roots at your ankles, you almost tip over, but you're able to catch yourself with your sight and steady yourself, and you do not lose consciousness. And you have healed all of your damage at the cost of 1 wound.
Got it.
TJ still got an action.
Okay. So let's see. All right. I wasn't expecting things to work that well, so I'm
That's
kind of
okay.
caught
Neither
off
was
guard.
I. Neither was I.
Nobody was. Nobody was.
All right. So,
Give the order to the whole keep. Stand
no,
down.
actually, I'm gonna continue talking to this guy in Elvish just real quick. I'm like, and what if the others?
Okay, so we're gonna put a pin in you then. He looks amiable or up to talk, but you guys are just so far separated. Holding him in conversation is gonna make me have to put a pin in you until we get through Ford's turn.
Can you slow her
Do-
down?
I was gonna say, do I know which ones did not attack?
These two. Well, sorry. These two. This guy took a shot, and this guy took a shot.
And she's just throwing daggers, so nothing magical, right?
Oh, it's magic. It's very good bleedy magic.
I already called dibs, Henry.
You don't know nothing about these daggers.
All right,
Oh,
fine. In that case, I call dibs on the gauntlet.
Dustin, my character cannot throw shit. I got a 0 in ranged.
Well, I got a 10 in both, so dibs.
I can do it one of two ways. Well, one, let me ask, how force wave, how big of a area is that affecting?
Be a wave, it could be a cone, it could be a line, it could be a burst. Tell me. Like if you want to do a burst one, you could. No, you'd have to pick one or the other. If you move to here, you could get them in a line. If you moved that'd be really hard to get them both in a cone.
Yeah, it'd have to be a big cone.
But I think your wave would be immediate. So you could actually move to probably about right here, be out of like immediate melee range and still get both of them.
Speech, speech, speech.
Right, I'm like, again, damage is not my strong point. I'm like, I could do that, but like, it's the
Slowing-
other two that are egging on with her. So those three are not gonna do anything.
Slow her down. That's all that matters.
The two that are egging her on are also shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
they shoot and
Like
they-
if
yeah.
the way it looks like, if I was to explain to you their actions, they're using one action to charge their shot. They're using an action to shoot, and their third special action to give her to goad her into giving her an extra action. This is all stuff you've seen before.
Okay. Source relayed through drone that nobody paid attention to. Play color spray, which has a short cone action range.
On her,
Yeah, that's too far away to get both her and that.
She's
Yeah,
the,
so
she's the important one.
yeah, stun her.
so that's what would happen. She makes an arcane symbol, and the drone explodes. And half of that damage, that feedback from the disruption special effect from the evocation wizard, is going to come back and channel through you because you use it as the relay, but you're only going to take half the damage. So that's going to be 3, 4, 5. You're going to take 2 damage.
Health runs off which block?
Sorry?
Health runs off which block?
It's all the empty squares on the right side of your stats.
What's your tenacity?
Tenacity 3.
So you have 13 health boxes. Now you're down 2.
You actually had me with Okay, I'm both at 13. All right.
Yep.
Okay. That would have been the special, but that means that would have been her.
It's a reaction from her.
And I can't react to the react. I'm mad because I was holding reaction for her to do a special. I was like magic earlier and she never did.
All your drones are dead.
Hmm.
You got 2 actions left.
That's a touch. Almost all my spells are self or touch.
I think the problem with most of the spells is you've already cast one and you only really get one around. Because they're all specials, right?
You should
Yep.
probably take the dodge action as one of them.
Yeah, what's your reflex there, Ford?
4.
Every bit helps.
It's like my reflex is casting spells and hiding.
You can always run through so they can't see you.
Oh,
He's
you
out of
can-
special actions.
No, he can just move. Is what I'm saying.
Sure.
You can move into the building so he's out of line of sight from all the arrows.
yeah. Or use me for cover.
Want to run into this little area? Run away, run away.
Take
Are
the
you-
dodge action and then
Because you
hold
have
action.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4. You can get in the building. If that's what you want to do.
Can he is that other door open?
Oh wait, these don't count. I was like, my movement doesn't count against that, right?
You get 6 squares for one of your actions.
Yeah. Then I
So
don't-
you casted a special action, you dodged, and then you want to move in here, you can't.
no, I'm gonna hold action.
Okay. Henrik,
Yes,
make the
sir.
world turn.
Oh, shit balls.
Board, make the world turn.
11.
Sounds good.
Been getting 4s all day.
Putting a
it's bound
pin
to
in
run
you
out.
guys, go back to this conversation between TJ and the elf.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna resume my original question, like, or I'm gonna politely suggest to him, tell your people to stand down. We could talk to the Inquisitor about this.
Yes, I don't think I have much choice in this matter. What are your intentions?
We're looking for the children.
The children are downstairs. They're safe. If you'll spare our lives and let us leave, we'll give you the children and let you go on your merry way.
Can I speak?
Very
to-
well,
Oh,
I
they're
would-
speaking in Elvish. Oh, okay, never mind.
very well. I agree to your terms.
And then I'll go command my forces to stand down. So these guys are talking off camera for a little bit. A couple combat rounds go by till he steps out and commands everyone to stand down. During that time of daggers and everything going off, there's a total of, let's see, was that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. This is going to bypass all of your damage reduction. Henrik, you're going to take 5 of it, and Ford, you're going to take 10 of it.
Where did this come from? I missed it.
These guys, the ones that are still engaged in combat, plus the chick, they're throwing
fast
stuff.
forwarding.
They're shooting at you. You're dodging. You're blocking. Like this is going on for a couple rounds while he's out there resolving this thing.
Oh, I was
And in the middle of this fighting, he steps out of the doorway here
okay.
and says, "Hold, hold, hold," and that ends the combat.
So wait, so the hold action was the blur to
You
add
can't
my
you can't hold your
potion.
action. Since you had already cast your special, like that's why I had you roll the world turn, because I knew that this conversation was going to go on, the deliberation. So
Yeah.
that just kind of, it's like
All right, so take 10.
just a damage tax.
It's just a way to fast forward without having.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're about to wrap things up here because we're going on pretty late. Yeah, so he holds the combat. You guys have access to the children. They're in a basement. He gives you the key, unlocks the door. They seem like they're in relatively decent health, a little worse for wear, but while they've been here, they've been fed. A couple of them were injured. They've been treated. They really don't know how to react to you guys, but you see that they're pretty much all safe and accounted for. There's about 5 kids down here. And he's going to offer like anything that you guys need. Like if you'll like this should be plenty enough evidence to take to the Inquisitor. And he'll tell you basically the whole spiel that the troll told you. The two of them in charge here are actually mercenaries. They wear a Nilfgaardian patch, but they are not Nilfgaardian soldiers. They're mercenaries, and as such, they're asking you like, let us walk, and we'll command the guards to do whatever you want. So when we come into this next scenario, you pretty much are going to be holding all of the cards.
All right, I like it.
I was looking forward to putting that lady down or going down.
Yeah, she's
nah.
definitely like you're a lot of fun. If
Make
we
her
ever get
in
the chance,
my
we
room.
should finish this dance. This would be great fun.
I look at her and I did kind of like, if you don't have friends, you've got no chance. I'm not
You know,
even.
we could always have a dance of a different kind if you mind.
So out of curiosity, just to see, had I just cast darkness, how would that have been a better choice?
So just and this is great. So we're in this conversation. Both of these characters, they only had one talent plus their racial talent. They were designed with one talent and a racial talent to be very hard to hit. The guy was meant to soak up damage. Like he had like an effective 6 DR until TJ completely key blocked his ass and screwed his little deal. Yeah. And she is completely resistant. Like anything you throw at her, she's either going to turn it back on you and she can either dispel it, she can turn it back on you with a counter spell, or she can have it blow up in your face. So that was her up to her. She's not going to take spell damage. And it's just a matter of whether she wants the effect on you or if she just wants it to blow up in your face. So she was the mage killer.
Gotcha.
That's why I said that, just take that damage. Trust me. That's actually a favor to you guys.
Oh, I purely was just curious. Could we have mitigated?
And she was made to take down Henrik and you. And it was luck of the draw that you guys chose this. She was. Yeah.
Could have gone the other way.
Yeah. She was made to take down you two exactly. And the other guy was meant to kite the shit out of Dustin with the grasping roots and everything like that. And I was not counting on TJ at all to have that counter spell. That was
Honestly, I was expecting to have to rely on my what's it called? My blood curse in order to deal any damage to him. That's what I was starting to think. I'm just gonna have to share the damage with this guy.
And all the guards had 1 hit point each. Just FYI, they're minions. The only thing that they really brought to the encounter was a really strong bow shot, and giving them extra actions so they could use their reactions to just run circles around you guys and still have enough sting to come back and hit you.
Yeah, it's one of those rare occasions where if we didn't figure it out, and not that we did, killing the minions would have actually been important, because I know there's a lot of combats where you just ignore them. Yeah, I just belated. I never realized any of that bird. So that was cool.
What do you guys think? You have fun with it?
Oh, yeah, this is good.
Yeah,
like
that's
the-
great.
I
like
kind of
it.
wish that dragon fight had gone on a little bit longer. I mean, we were way over time, and what I like to try to keep things to about 2 hours, or two or 3 hours there. We're over time on that, but it was fun. I really wish that I could have seen you guys giving you a chance to have a large monster fight, because the way that it moves is important. The way you move against it is important. It's a lot of fun. It's not just like in D&D where you walk up to a big box and trade blows till somebody dies. Like, it's a very interactive combat, and I really wish you could have had a little bit more out of it, but I'm very glad that it happened the way it happened. That was supposed to be a major tax against you guys to make you spend resources. And that barrel bomb, I was so glad that you got to the barrel bomb, because that was what I gave it. Well, I didn't give that to you for this, but when I designed the encounter, I was had very specific parameters on how to drive her away, because otherwise she would have just ate you guys
Well,
up.
I don't know whether I was metagaming or not, but as a player, I was definitely scared to crap about the giant monster part of it. And I was just full on channeling the whole, you said an explosion might drive it away. I guess smoke doesn't count. So I just only got one thing that goes boom. I'm throwing it. I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah, and you guys made great checks at the right times. I mean, you played the part. You definitely were the heroes in this encounter, and I'm gonna say that would be the dragon, the gathering, the skill challenge, the actual fight, and then the Lord. You guys all got 5 experience in your communal pool from this session. So that should bring your campaign total up to 37. Does anybody have questions, comments, concerns, specific feedback?
Nope. I'm
My-
just gonna go ahead and jump off here at this time, though. My wife is like, hey, let's go out.
Oh, yeah. Tell her we said, hey,
Will do.
Yeah.
thanks for showing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll talk to you guys later.
See you, TJ. Thanks.
Good night, you guys. I'm gonna turn in myself.
I was just gonna say, like, my only my